Hello and good morning, or whatever time it is for you. It's morning for us. This is the very 17th episode of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. It's on a weird day at a weird time, and I'm here with my weird cast, and we're going to play some D&D.
Wow.
I know,
All right.
right? Now, we've only got 3 hours for this episode. We've only got 3 hours for this part of the adventure, so we're gonna make the intros quick, plus it's only been like 2 days.
Yeah, if you don't remember us from 2 days ago,
if you're like, who are these people that I saw on Friday? What's happening? What character? So here's what we're gonna do. Let's go. We'll go around. Tell us about your character and one cool thing you did on the weekend, and then we'll fucking play some D&D.
Okay.
Go, Elf. Go.
It's too early in the morning.
Yes, I play Easy Snaggletooth, the kobold fighter, level 5. And she never shuts up. Ever.
What did you do on the weekend? Hurry.
I LARPed. I did the LARP.
To LARP.
More stories later on my channel.
Nice. Down below, Easy Snaggletooth looking bespectacled today. You got kind of like a Hunter S. Thompson thing going on. You just need one of those hats.
Yeah,
like
with the
cigarette.
collared open shirt. Yep, I feel
Looking
it.
good. It's Andrew. Andrew, tell us about your character and a cool thing you did this weekend.
My character is Little Fox. She is a Firbolg Barbarian. She is of the 5th level, and has beast totems. And I did a lot of streaming this weekend. Saturday was like a 12-hour day of stuff. I'm on like a podcast that hasn't been announced yet, and then I'm in another show, and then I did another thing. I don't know. I'm tired.
Hashtag content. You're doing it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the life. I know that feel. Today's that day for me. Bringing up the human contingent of the party, it's Dave as Malik. Dave, tell us about your character and a cool thing that you did this weekend.
Okay, I have to do this really quickly. So basically, Malik is a Dragonborn type sorcerer, but he's actually a human and he uses a lot of fire spells. And he was kind of naughty last week, so he turned his alignment to neutral. But over the weekend, I played lots of Hunter, so that was pretty good as well.
Excellent, thank you, Dave. Well done. And bringing up the rear, the vanguard at the back. It's Blue Jay.
Fish butt.
Yeah, fish butt. It's that Guillermo del Toro's favorite Dungeons and Dragons character. Blue Jay, tell us about your character.
I hope so.
What did you do this weekend?
So. My character is Arcturus Vivaxith. He is a level 5 Triton Tempest cleric of Istitia. And this weekend I played video games and looked for apartments, none of which were satisfactory.
Curses.
The apartments or the video games? That's a shame.
Oh, the video games were fine.
The video games.
The apartments were not satisfactory. There was one that was really cute, but it was like $300 more than I'd want to spend per month.
That's a lot of money for a video game.
Yeah.
Even a cute video game.
A cute video game.
Well, cool. My name's Adam Coble. I'm all of the other characters in the game, and they're too varied for me to give you a synopsis. But I will tell you this: some of them are skeletons, and that's where we left off last time. So when we return to the jungles of Chult, to the stinky mess that is the Aldani Basin, the world's worst red lobster, we fade in on ankle deep in the swamp, our party surrounded by the squishy dead.
I'm sorry, did you just say the world's worst red lobster? Is that what you said?
There aren't any biscuits.
Their Yelp reviews are very poor. The
Yeah,
Aldani Basin red lobster.
Surrounded by undead
Do
giant
not go
lobster
there.
people. Very hostile.
Yeah.
1 out of 5.
Very expensive parking fees. You don't want to go there. So, so you were surrounded by the quickly dwindling numbers of mysterious undead, armed and equipped. They appear to be partly clad still in the remnants of some armor. A couple of them have helmets. Some have bits of chainmail hanging off of their ribs and shoulders. And and they're armed with bows, and they are firing their skeleton arrows at you. However, it's not their turn. We're at the top of the order, and Ishi Snaggletooth, it's your moment to shine. What are you gonna do?
Well, I think the only answer is to crossbow this one below us here.
This one down here. You fire at that guy.
Actually, Arcturus, can you handle that one? Yeah, you probably can, right?
Yeah.
Then I'll crossbow the one up above us instead. This
no.
charming fellow.
that feeling when you're slightly too zoomed in and you miss like the 4 top creatures.
There's only 3 left. Oh hell.
Oh, hell.
Oh.
Yeah. So crossbow.
All right.
Pack-a-chow,
Starting us
13
off. This
damage.
sets the tone. Nice. All right. So these things, they, as you would imagine, skeletons with no flesh to be, they're relatively easy to crumble. So you take a snapshot from your little island in the swamp and shatter.
I
the
can't
skeleton.
get there, so I might as well shoot a crossbow.
Yeah. So all the water is sort of swampy and difficult terrain. So yeah, firing your crossbow is a great choice here. How are you doing?
All the water is more than 1 foot deep, so it's too deep for you to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna say how am I doing on
so
ammo?
hard.
Yeah.
Probably
How's your ammo going?
I have 8 bolts left.
Oh, okay. That's not so bad. All right. Skeletor and company return fire. So there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeletons. So I think 2 of them fire their short bows at Ishi. So Ishi, you can see when you turn to look towards that target, there are 2 more, and they draw and fire on you. So the first shot is a hit for 4.
For 4, yeah.
And the second shot is a hit for 5.
Oh my god.
So yeah, the
Adam with a +4, therefore rolling over 20.
Over 20 every time, yeah.
yeah. Little known fact: if you roll the die correctly, you can get a median roll of like 15 or so. You just gotta you gotta believe in yourself, team. You just gotta believe. It's the power of believing. I've read The Secret. I know how this stuff works. Visualization.
You're
All right.
literally the worst.
So, Little Fox, whether you notice these attacks or not, deep in your rage though you might be, here comes 2.
Yep.
First shot is a miss. Second shot is a hit for 8, and your rage.
I take 4.
So down below, Malik and Arcturus will each take 1 shot from a skeleton. Mm-hmm. So Malik, you see this skeleton draw an arrow and loose it. Ooh. In another world, that could have hurt real bad, but not here, not today. So it fires wide, and you hear the splash of the arrow. And then Arcturus, quite nearby, I think this one might drop its bow and rush at you with its sword.
Come at me, bro.
Yeah, I think. Let me see if it can do it. So 10, 20, 30. Okay. So it sloshes through the water and draws a rusty-looking short sword and lunges at you. And
Bad choice.
it misses you, and you are fine. So, Little Fox, through the blinding red fury of your rage, you have the vague suspicion that there are things to destroy somewhere in this direction. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I think she's like got lots of arrows sticking out of her. Like they've been hitting and just not hitting enough to hurt her. And she's just gonna run at this nerd over here. Okay. I got lots of spare movement.
Yeah, you do.
And just
I love the idea of someone like a huge character like Little Fox fully in the grip of rage trying to run in like thigh deep water. Because if you've ever tried to run in deep water, it's a little frustrating and
it's
you like
the worst.
kind of fall over
and like snow or something.
So just the idea of her like roaring and like getting angry at the water. Yeah,
she probably like smashes her hammer into the ground to like get leverage and then pull herself up onto the island and then jump at this guy. Graw. Nice. I imagine that hits. I hit it for 12 damage.
Ooh, all right. You all but sever its body from the other parts of its body, but it doesn't die. I think you like blow off an arm or something and it staggers back, but it still retains the darkness of life. Until...
Yeah, the second one though.
Boom! Give it another 13. See how it likes that.
There you go. So this is one of those moments where you hit it and it staggers back, and the music is like, you've defeated. It's still alive, and you just right halfway through. Bang! No.
From off camera, the hammer just like.
Yeah, and so boom, bones fly into the swamp, and the creature.
Yeah, and she like roars a challenge to the last one in the area.
Very destroyed. Yeah. Cool. Okay. And actually, technically, you would have killed it with the first swing. You don't have anywhere else to put that second swing, but I forgot these guys do. They're particularly crumbly because they're made of bones.
Yeah.
All right. So, Malik, it is your turn.
Hammer meet bone.
All right. We've got two lovely skeletons who will like to have some twin spell.
Anyone who's watching at home, for copyright reasons, I can't do this for you. But if you wanted to put on spooky, scary skeletons while we do this fight, I would encourage you to do so.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Southeast, Skelly boy.
Okay.
Oh, what's that? No. Let's try again.
Let's try that again.
That's better.
There you go.
All right, dead boy.
Okay, what kind of damage do you deal him?
Fire.
Nice. All right, so the chromatic orb streaks towards the skeleton, striking it in its center of mass and igniting its bones, which crumble steaming into the swamp.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this was the one that this one over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, so same thing. That one also explodes in a shower of bone chunks. All right. Do you want to move, or are you okay where you are?
Yeah, let's get onto land.
Okay.
Just in case there are spooky things in the water.
There you go.
I got a bad feeling about this. Compared to the last fight, this feels easy. So I'm a bit...
So we pan over to Arcturus, and Arcturus, you're still a bit aglow with the power of your god, having just dispatched a handful of these skeletons with a brilliant flash of watery light.
I'm gonna dispatch this one too.
Yeah. So this is the last remaining Skeletor.
Can I cast his like wounds? 14, does that?
Yes. Yeah, it does work.
Yeah. So what happens for necrotic damage for Arcturus is like it's verbal and somatic. So I guess like the somatic elements are more like just like I need to touch you sort of thing. But like the verbal elements is like the creepy kind of undersea monster noises.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
And then like the necromantic bit is just like sucking all of the like water out of someone. So like the skeleton doesn't have a whole lot of water, but like it just becomes even more dry.
Well,
and then Arcturus like a little like damp and like
that's so cool that it's like reclaiming. You're fremening these dudes. You're reclaiming their water.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So the bones.
I'm just imagining a dark future where there's like Arcturus Vuvaxeth, horrible necromancer.
You know, like desiccating people.
Totally, just huge water tanks behind you as you just like sap people's fluids. Yikes. Yeah, so you reach out and just all you have to do is like brush the skeleton's ribs, and I think a big section probably from like the top of his his jaw down to his waist, all just like the dust, it just crumbles to dust, and the rest of the bone's gonna fall inward and splash into the swamp.
And
cool.
I'm gonna move over to Ishii and be like, haven't done that for a while. And like
she's like looking over at skeletons.
Yeah. There's two of them approaching through the and I remember this whole scene takes place during like heavy pummeling rain.
Yeah.
All right, Ishii.
I shoot another skeleton.
Okay.
My dear friend.
Which skeleton?
The one in the middle, but I missed, so it's fine.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. So you fire past him.
Can you bonus action reload?
No.
Yeah, the reload action is
You can only fire once a turn.
Yeah, it just prevents it. It's a bit weird.
It's really annoying.
It doesn't
I'm gonna
cost-
ditch this crossbow in this swamp and steal a short bow from one of these
Like
fucking Skeletors.
The end of the fight, you're just like blep, like forget you.
Yeah, I don't really care. I'll throw it and all the bolts into the swamp.
I need the bolts. I
never realized how terrible this
anyway.
crossbow is. All right, so the skeletons are going to return fire, and they'll fire once each. This is for Arcturus. There There you go. I believe Dave.
777.
Yeah, I unlocked some kind of special bonus for getting all sevens in my roll. I think is a thing.
Yeah, everyone does 7,777 damage, including the enemies. So,
Cool. So everyone dies.
Everyone's dead.
Good campaign, everybody. And then this one is for not for Little Fox. This is for Ishii. And no, they're just as poor at aiming.
Why couldn't the special thing have been we got 777 experience?
Because you didn't roll it. I did.
We need to get 7,700 experience.
Little Fox, it's your turn. Do you want to do the swamp shuffle?
Yeah, okay, so this over here is a bush.
Yeah.
And this is also difficult terrain.
Yeah, I think you could tear through it if you want at the same rate as going through the swamp.
Okay, so with my 40 feet of movement, I can get to here if I double move.
Yeah. And
that's it. And so I am engaged with this skeleton now. We're gonna have a lovely wedding in the swamp.
So Malik, you watch as Little Fox turns, goes up over the little hillock, right through the bush, just tearing the bush out of the way, and through the swamp, and back up onto the land in the most direct route possible.
She like leaps out into the muck of the swamp and then like claws her way through it. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Malik, your turn.
Turning slightly to not want to attack that one anymore. I'm going to try and conserve some spell slots now.
Okay.
And I'm going to firebolt this friend up here.
All right. Nice. Sizzling through the rain-filled air. The firebolt deals a lot of
Holy
damage.
crap!
Damn.
That's pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's 40.
This is that
40.
sweet spot level for sorcerers and wizards and stuff where they get awesome.
It's like that. This is the skeleton has a moment. This is actually the skeleton that starred in Terminator 2. You know that part where they needed the skeleton to like grab the fence and get all fired on by the Terminator. That's this guy. He was ready for this, and he just blows away into dust. And and now all you can hear is the sound of the rain splashing into the swamp around you, and pattering off of your gear and bodies. There do not appear to be any more skeletons around, but I know that there's some.
one by little.
One's still alive.
What? Where?
My
Right
little
here.
fox.
The one next to
Oh,
him.
okay. Foregone conclusion. Arcturus, this poor skeleton.
Like,
I don't
you
even
can
have
try
any
to hurt
faith
me.
in him. He just dies. He just looks around. He's like, nope, forget it. I'm out.
He just like crawls apart and like
Takes his head off. Sorry, and falls down. Okay, all right. Arcturus and Ishii, if you both like to attempt to get rid of him,
yeah, we
Here
can
we
shoot
go.
our crossbows.
Plow, plow.
laid out before the firing squad. All right.
6 damage.
Take 6 damage.
Another six,
Six,
damage.
yeah.
6 damage. Okay. Wow, he's gonna get one more attack. Here we go.
Here he goes.
Ah! I'm the best skeleton there is. And he takes a swing with his sword at Little Fox and misses horribly. Little Fox, would you like to bid this skeleton farewell? See you
Goodbye,
later.
skeleton.
See you later, Boney. There you go. Just boom. Skeletor gone. So
Now they're dead.
now they're dead. So for folks who expended missile weapons during this fracas, you can get half of them back if
Cool.
you'd like.
So can I have your remaining crossbow bolts?
I give Arcturus 9 crossbow bolts, and then I huck my freaking crossbow into the swamp, and I'm like,
This is useless. Ugh.
like,
You ever
spark.
You ever seen a
I-
kobold say goodbye to a crossbow?
It sinks below the murk, and I the water is too high for me to like splork through it. So I imagine Ishi doing the like little reptile swim, you
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
through the murky water.
Your
to one of the
little tail like propelling you. as
yeah,
you walk.
exactly. Through one of the skeleton corpses, and grabs their short bow up, and then like goes around looking for arrows from all the other ones. So
Nice.
I'm actually looting, something we don't do very often.
Arcturus, for some reason your crossbow was set to use your strength because you're a big cheater, so I fixed it.
What?
You
I
don't
thought we talked about this.
What? Okay. What did we?
I thought we talked about it like when we first started that that could use either
A
or.
crossbow? No.
I don't know.
No. We were talking about your like a throwing weapon, but yeah, no.
Oh,
It's okay. I fixed it. It's fine. It's no big deal.
It's still showing that it's doing damage plus strength for me.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not using. You're still using the crossbow, but you're gonna. Here, let me see. Attack plus dex.
I mean, not anymore.
There you go. Okay, so you're using the crossbow. You're set, and then you're gonna use a short bow.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay. All right. Let's see how many how many short bow arrows you're able to get. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I say 11 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, 12. Okay.
Maybe that was the trident
It
that we
might-
talked
Yeah,
about.
it might have been. That many.
What's that?
That's how many remaining short bow arrows there are.
Sweet, 27 arrows.
Yeah.
To
It
just,
takes some time because you keep picking things up out of the swamp and you're like, is this an arrow? Nope, that's a bone. Is this an arrow? Nope. That's a bone.
Yeah.
She's probably that is the dialogue for it. She's like, "Is this an arrow?" No.
Yeah, she's actually talking to herself the whole time, going like, nope, nope, nope. Like throwing stuff over her shoulder.
The next time you fire that weapon and you critically fumble it, you just pull a femur out. You're like, oh hell. So
It had feathers on it. I swear it was an arrow.
so at the end of the fight, it's midday, but you wouldn't be able to tell because of all the rain. It is gray and swampy and miserable, but you have a general idea, thanks to Little Fox's navigation, of what direction in which to head. So, what do you do? Do you want to stick around here at all and see what the source of these Skeletors are, or do you want to just keep moving?
Would I know anything about like how these kind of like creatures operate in terms of like, would there have to be someone close by controlling them? Could it be laid like as a trap and then the person like abandon it? Like how do
make
like,
a
can
make a religion
skeletons
check?
just like hang out? Religion. 6.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think the only undead you've ever really been exposed to have been intentional creations of necromantic magic, either necromancers or clerics of death or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I mean, you don't know, right? It doesn't.
Well, I mean, if that's like my previous experience, then I would, be like, we should look around for whoever summoned these creatures.
Yeah. I agree. We can't just have skeletons walking around.
Malik, you can also make an Arcana check if that's something you're interested in. What's Malik doing?
Yeah, he's probably interested as well. Probably a bit spooked that his suspicion was correct. He just like randomly like, hold on, this is probably going to be a bad thing without even like thinking about it too much. So he's probably just like mage handing bits of them up out of the water and like looking at them and turning them over, just like single bones at a time. So I'll have a little bit of an Arcana as well.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
These skeletons don't appear to be marked in any way. You know now to look for the blue triangle, the mark that indicates the presence of Ross and C, but you don't see it. You think that it's possible that these skeletons could simply be the product of like ambient necromantic energy. Sometimes that happens. If the Aldani Basin is cursed, then so too might be the bones of the dead that lie here. Their origin is mysterious, but you can kind of rule out like active control, at least for the moment. They may be like the edges of a larger control area that have like wandered out, but there isn't someone sitting nearby being like, kill them with swords. That's my necromancer impression. You like it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So as we're all like wandering through, like picking things up, having a look at stuff, cool shout out to everybody. it doesn't seem like they're being actively controlled. So I'm not sure there'll be anybody nearby. Seems more ambient. I think what you're saying about the whole area being cursed is probably closer to the mark for this one.
I mean, they seemed pretty intelligent. They waited for us to move into a position where they could all come up from different sides. And do they do that usually? You know, things that have no brains. I don't know.
I mean, like, Arcturus looks like he might, like, open up the skull of one to check and see if it's brain, but then thinks differently.
Just turn it over. Nope. It's like a magic 8-ball. What's Little Fox doing? Are you just, like, celebratorily crushing skulls against your head like they're beer cans, or?
No, Little Fox is getting the like canoe sorted out. 'Cause she had to like ditch it before the fight.
Yeah, the canoe is difficult because it's raining so much that like you have to have it flipped over so it doesn't fill with water, and then you can't like drop it that way because then turning it over. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
I'm still digging for arrows. Nope. Snake. Nope.
Right. Exactly. Bone, snake, arrow, snake, ring of winter, snake.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So eventually you kind of get your bearings. Arcturus and Malik both on the lookout going forward for the source of these creatures, and you press on towards the end of your day. Now the rain continues, pummeling hard down into the night, and eventually, out of fatigue and a need to just rest, you find some ruins. And by ruins, I don't mean like anything significant, just like a couple of pieces of ancient stone sticking up that you can kind of get shelter under. So everybody kind of huddles under there to light a fire.
Are you sure they're not significant at all?
I mean, you can you can make a history check. You have your ability as well.
Yeah, on my ability.
Yeah, do it.
Go.
Okay. So these look like the sunken foundations of something that was probably built prior to the Aldani Basin being quite so waterlogged. So these are ancient Chilton like stone structures. There's a half of an arch. There's some other semi-complete areas, and it's right on the edge of a relatively clear water source. The River Ocean Stars, its influence is being felt more and more as you go north. So you're becoming less and less swamp and more like clear water. And so there's a small lake, like, no more than like half a mile across, a big pond really. And the water is relatively unswampy, and so you're sort of settled in next to that. Yeah. Bits of stone, somewhere you can actually light a fire because you can hide under this area. No, it's still wet. There's water dripping off, but I think that we see the group surrounded by firelight, the orange glow, and then over top of you is this sort of stone arch, and then there's like almost a waterfall over the edge of the arch where the water is pooling up top and then spraying over the side. So it's actually quite a striking scene, and you all sit down and settle into rest. Now, do we have the non-navigating party members? Are you going scavenging for food?
I can fish.
Yeah, it's possible there might be some fish in
Because
this
there's some
pond.
clear water, right?
If you guys want to eat fish from here, I'm cool with it, but
I'm into it.
okay, I'll fish.
Yishi will eat anything.
23.
Whoa!
Compilations.
I get fish, so
Kind
it's
of, I don't know that it would necessarily be fish. Like, what would be in like a jungle, like a pond?
Well, I imagine like those like whiskered fish, right? Like that
Catfish?
seems like a kind of thing that would be
Yeah,
there.
bottom feeding
Yeah,
scum
like,
suckers.
or like isopods.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
what I was
like
thinking too.
crawfish.
Yeah, like crawfish. Yeah.
Yeah. What attribute did you use to roll survival? What attribute was that to catch those crawfish?
Wisdom.
Wisdom of
indeed.
the crayfish.
You did it. All right. So you come back with like you have a shield, right? So you come back with like your shield with a bunch of like, and I guess you just like boil them on the fire.
I don't. I just eat them, but you guys can.
Oh God, raw. It's raw.
I'm a fish person.
I get it. but it's
Blitch,
still
does
gross.
Arcturus eat the shells? Does Arcturus just like crunch it, or
I don't know. How do fish eat other fish?
I mean, they don't.
I
They
probably
don't
just
cook them.
probably just like whole thing in the mouth.
Nice. Well, everybody else makes a delicious gumbo, but
Pocket
Yeah.
soup.
Little Fox, yeah, makes like a little stew out of it.
okay. All right.
So
Okay.
there's a lot of prep. I gotta boil them first, and I gotta shell the meat, and then put the meat in the stew. It's like
I think Arcturus is probably like, oh, that's an interesting, very lots of. Nope, it's fine. You do.
It's not like Tritons don't have like cooked food. It's just that
I mean, what? We live in a giant, never-ending ocean. How do we?
volcanic vents, dude?
Yeah, those are everywhere.
I mean, they kind of are. If you're at the bottom of the ocean. Okay, so you get 8 pounds worth of crawfish. That's fucking impressive. 4 pounds of which go to tonight's meal, and then everybody sets in to rest. So everybody's taking a watch. And
Yes. I will take the first one because I'm awake and alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic.
Do y'all mind if I take the last one so I can like put my armor on before my watch?
that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
All right, so it's Ishi. Let's write this down because we never did. It's Ishi, and then Arcturus is at the end. So what are the other?
Little Fox is the second last.
Okay. So Malik is second. Okay, so Little Fox. It's dark and it's damp. It's wet. Let's see what tomorrow's weather will be because you're in a sort of transition. Okay, so the rain has sort of started to let off. It's not like brutally pummeling you anymore. And can I get you to make a perception check for me, Little Fox?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Please. I mean, you could just throw it. You could be like, no, I choose not to.
I guess
I'm
I'll
on
do
watch,
my
but
job.
I'm not on watch.
Nice. Dude,
I
those
got
are
a
both
17.
very good. Okay, so here's what happens. So you here's our little camp here. You're all resting on the little beach area here, and you should be able to see, provided that I've given your token sight. Yep. Okay, so you can see a little area around you, and you see to the south of you, down this way, the way you came, you see a group of like shapes. There's something is moving down that direction down here. Just at the edge of the light.
Grab a torch.
Yeah, I think she like reaches down into the fire and pulls like a burning like piece of wood out of it to use as, like a little torch.
Okay.
And I will
You now emit light, so you pull it out with one hand.
walk towards the edge of the water until I can see in the dim light whatever the hell this token is.
Yeah. So you see a group of mixed, like human. It looks like a group of humans and dwarves. The tokens all show dwarves, but and you can hear your torches hissing, and the rain is coming down in your face. And you can just barely make out a group of these shapes coming towards you. There's like maybe a half dozen of them, and they're walking with a slow, one might say, shambling gait. And they're just like stepping slowly, kind of maybe drawn by the light towards you. You can't get much detail other than that from where you're standing because they're out in the dim light and there's the rain and everything.
So yeah, she like hustles back to the fire, puts this burning piece of wood back in it to keep it, solidly going.
Yep.
And starts shaking people awake.
Okay.
Starting with Ishi.
Okay.
So
She's good at waking people up.
So here's what we're gonna do. I need everybody to, because Little Fox is gonna take this first round, waking everybody up, and that's fine. These things are. They're definitely hostile. They're coming towards the light with the intent to
they're shambling.
Yeah, they're shambling your way.
Badness.
But I'm gonna give everybody, before we roll initiative, everybody make a a wisdom save, and we'll say, Little Fox, you can give one person advantage on this. Make a wisdom save. We'll say DC being awakened. Let's say just say DC like 10. And if you succeed, you'll get to act on the first turn. If you fail, then you're groggy and like kind of like stunned for the.
All right. Well,
of this.
I'll give Ishi advantage because I'm waking her up first.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
So because we've had like a portion of a long rest, that counts as the same as what a short rest would be, right? Do I have my
No. What happens? No, what happens is that it's an interruption of your long rest, and if it takes no longer than an hour, you can go back to sleep and resume the long rest.
But right now we have no benefits.
Otherwise, there's
of
no
resting.
benefit.
And we get the benefits at the end.
You get the benefits at the end of the full rest.
Clicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't want my spell slots back, but Channel Divinity comes back after a short rest.
Yeah,
so
you didn't take a short rest.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
It's okay. You
yay,
have advantage.
advantage.
So Ishi, you start to wake up, and then Little Fox, what do you do to like? What does it look like when you wake Ishi up?
So
Pull me by the tail out from under my blanket.
So yeah, she's like no, and probably like pulls her like blanket over her face or whatever, and Little Fox just like puts her hand like around her entire torso, just like rattles her.
Okay, fine.
So it's like you really don't have any choice.
Awesome. And Ishi, you do you have armor?
I have leather armor. Yeah,
And you sleep in it, right?
I do. Yeah,
Okay. I can't remember. There's rules for this.
Is that
now.
you can sleep in?
leather
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
give you disadvantage for
Yeah.
for it.
All right. So Arcturus, you don't have your armor. You
It's
can grab your
basically
shield.
Ishi's
but-
only clothing.
Yeah, let me go ahead and take it off right now.
Okay, so everybody
The shield
begins.
is
Everybody
still
except we'll say everybody except Little Fox and Ishi. You begin your turn prone, and you're not holding any of your gear. So you'll have to take action to like stand up, grab your shield and your weapon, and kind of ready for combat. But that's okay because these things are slow. They're not velociraptors or anything. Let's.
Oh man,
Velociraptors would be far
Velociraptors.
more clever. About this.
Exactly. Yeah. No, these are the just the lure. The Velociraptors come later. Okay.
These are dead
They don't have like
Velociraptors,
an auto
even though we
fail
said they
or
were
anything
humans.
for their initiative. So let's roll.
Oh gosh, zombie dinosaurs.
Yeah,
That'd be intense.
that'd be awesome.
If we don't fight a zombie dinosaur before the end of this campaign,
Yep.
I'm gonna
All
be
right,
disappointed.
Okay, I'll make a note.
Bingo game.
I want that so bad.
Okay.
Adam notes down zombie dinosaurs.
Zombie
Later
dinosaurs.
on, 1,000 years from now, people are like, "What the hell does this note mean?"
Okay. All right. So, Malik, you can start us off. Or actually, hold on.
What?
There we go. Arcturus. So Arcturus, you got yours. Malik, we skipped Malik. So Malik,
Wait,
you got
Is
your.
it ascending or descending order?
I got
Adam?
it this time. Yeah. So Arcturus, you get a turn, right?
Yeah, I got a 23 on my wisdom save.
Okay. So you're prone. You are not currently like equipped with anything. What do you do for your turn?
I get up
Okay.
and I cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Nice. All right.
You grab like
So-
a weapon or something, bonus action.
Yeah.
I
As
don't
well
know.
as part of your standing up, you can grab one item.
Oh, okay,
Either your
cool.
shield or your hammer.
I can only grab one. I'll grab my shield.
Oh, and
and
Shield
then
of Faith is a bonus action, so you can use your full action to grab the other.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
I
then
forgot
I'll
shield
grab
was a bonus action.
I'll grab my shield and my hammer.
Okay, let me add Shield of Faith.
So I've got 14 right now.
Okay, excellent. All right, Arcturus, you are protected by your mighty deity. And yeah,
Shield of fish.
you actually can't see the threat, Arcturus. You just hear Little Fox like shaking people and being like, "Wake up, wake up!"
Yeah.
But you can't currently see anything.
But I mean, like when you wake us up in the middle of the night, like
Prep up.
And
Yeah.
she points in a direction. She's just like over there.
Yeah. Now, Ishi, I will. When you wake up, I'll draw your attention this way.
Yeah, I know. I can see
You,
them.
you spotted those guys
Yeah,
too.
there's
some
they're coming from the other side as well, guys.
Yep.
And so Ishi like gets up and grabs a rapier as she's standing up and like leans to grab her shield as well.
Okay.
And that's gonna be her action. But she's also gonna say like,
We got friends over there too.
like pointing the other way
Mm-hmm.
than what Little Fox is pointing.
Okay.
Because I can see in the dark with my little lizard eyes.
Yeah, that's true. You have a better radius of sight than anybody else right now. Okay. All right. So, Little Fox, it is your turn, and you are certainly the most ready.
Yeah. So I've already got all my stuff in hand, presumably.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
'Cause, like-
You'd have it on you already. That's what
Yeah,
watch is for.
My stuff is a hammer
Yeah.
and
And a hammer.
some javelins, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah, you're fine.
And so I'm gonna go to the edge of the bright firelight, and I will hold an attack action,
Okay.
and I will rage.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like bellow a challenge out into the darkness.
All right. So I'll add a rage counter for you. There it is, and you are set. Okay. All right. So the Zambos they shamble as they do towards you. And then I will tell you something cool about them as they get closer. So they've only got a 20-foot movement, right? So they're going to shamble across the sand. 20, 40. Okay. So they're shambling towards you. And then these ones the same. So that was 5. So 10, 20, 30. So they're moving forward, not like hungrily. Like these, I'll describe them to you as they get closer. So 15, 20, 30, 40. They're having some trouble walking through this shallow water. 15, 25, 35, 40. Okay, so as they get closer, Little Fox, as they approach the light of the torch or the light of the campfire, and then you can see that they don't look like dead in the same. Have you seen a zombie before? Has Little Fox ever seen like a?
I mean, we've seen those triangle people.
Yeah. Those ones weren't like D&D
like
zombies in the traditional sense either. They were zombies in the kind of like voodoo, like person with their mind messed up type of zombie. But these creatures, they're a mix of humans, both Chultan and paler skinned humans, and dwarves. And they have around, like you can see their veins really clearly through their almost like translucent skin. So their skin is really thin looking, and you can kind of see their veins, and their veins are like a sickly kind of orange or like yellow color. Their eyes are kind of watery and also that same kind of yellowy color, and some of them are drooling like whitish yellow like fluid down their faces as they stumble forward. They don't smell of decay, but instead you smell some kind of like more like planty kind of smell, like not the greenness of fresh cut leaves, but the sort of sticky like sappy kind of smell. So that's a thing.
So can I use my readied action to smash a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna swing at an arbitrary one of them. I will swing my maul.
Okay.
Does 8 hit?
Yes. Oh yeah, an 18, no problem.
The zombies are all going to the mall today.
All right. Yeah. You get 13 damage.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is the one directly in front of you, and you said
Sure.
13.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So as it comes forward, you slam your hammer into its chest, and it staggers back. There's the crunching of bone. You leave a huge bruise, but it hurts it obviously, but it doesn't notice. It's numb to the pain.
And I predict that these might be exploding zombies, but I don't know that Little Fox is ready for that kind of thing. So we'll see.
Okay. So Malik, you failed your wisdom save, right?
I did, yes.
So what does that look like when we cut to Malik, and Malik is still kind of like coming to, and there's this thing like looming over you? How is Malik responding?
Yeah, he like freaks out. He like grabs for his spell focus, like his little staff, and it's slightly too far away. Maybe it like rolled a little bit in the sand as it got displaced. And he's like just trying to throw the sand up at it and then try and like magic it, but it's not happening for him.
Yeah. Okay.
Not yet. Anyway.
Yeah, so you're kind of like stumbling over your words, still kind of asleep. Your conscious mind isn't caught up with your subconscious, and your subconscious is busy being scared. And okay. Cool. So I need Little Fox. I need you to make a. I need you to make a saving throw for me. Wisdom save, please.
Okay. I get a 6.
All right. So you feel like dizzy. The smell that I was describing before, like it's getting to you. Something like you're feeling you're feeling like dizzy and sort of strange. So you don't have anything that protects you from charm yet, right?
No.
Okay. All right. So you are charmed.
Oh God.
And
We're all dead.
the way this charm works is on your turn, you can do nothing except move in a particular direction, which I will show you on your turn. You can only move, and you can make the saving throw again at the end of your turn. So your next turn, you'll just move in a direction that I tell you. And so you're just like, I guess we see Arcturus, you see Little Fox kind of wobble a little bit, and instead of going from like aggressive like combat stance, just kind of like the hammer droops a bit. She kind of like leans forward. And it's funny because your rage doesn't end, so it's just like buried under this other thing.
Yeah, I think she like stumbles forward and puts out a hand and just like catches it on the shoulder of one of them.
Yeah.
And then like
it's like having very, very angry locked in syndrome. Okay, Arcturus, it's your turn.
Okay, someone pointed out that I should have taken a 4th cantrip at level 4, and I didn't.
Oh, cool. Free cantrips.
Yeah, right? Cantrips all over the place. But instead, I am going to summon the storm. It's already raining. So the way that this works is if you're outdoors in stormy conditions, it's raining. Does stormy conditions count?
First of all, let me look at my weather of Chult table.
You said it was,
It's rainy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means that there are clouds, but it's not storming already.
Yeah, let me look at that's why I'm looking at the table, because I don't want the table to never say something that applies storm. Let me see. What did I call that table? Weather of Chult, I think it's called. So many.
Weather of Chult or elsewhere.
Okay. Rainy, heavy rain, heavy storm. I think for it to be considered storming, heavy rain and heavy storm, but since we're sort of in between the two, I'll give you. We'll die of fate this. 4, 5, and 6. It's a storm. It counts.
Okay.
Ooh, nope. All right. So just regular storm calling.
Okay. Well, anyway, I have a ability for that I didn't use yesterday.
Okay.
Wait, no. Destructive Wrath is my channel divinity. Never mind.
Yes.
It's one or the other. So I call up a storm because it's not storming anymore. I call the storm back. And
hey, come back now. Hey,
come back.
So what does it look like? What level spell is this? This is a big spell, right?
It's level 3.
Cool. Yeah. What does it look like when you call lightning?
It's a storm cloud in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius. Centered on a point I can see 100 feet directly above.
And it hits everything in that area?
But it doesn't hit like everybody. I choose a point and lightning flashes down from that point. So I choose a point where the lightning hits, but the storm is.
So the storm sets an area, and then within that you can be like, "There's lightning here. There's lightning here."
Okay,
There's...
and like
And I get
60 feet is like everything, right? It's everything around you right
It's
now.
the whole map, basically.
Yes, 60 feet. So I can call lightning anywhere as long as I maintain concentration on it. And
Okay, so your shield
when
of faith, your shield of faith goes away then.
Oh right, concentration.
Yeah.
I didn't remember,
okay.
but yeah, that's fine. I shouldn't have cast it, but whatever.
It's fine.
And then I'm going to
It's called call lightning, right?
call lightning, and it's anybody in a 5-foot point of where I call down the lightning. So if I call it, wait, I can hit 2 people. I don't think I can hit 3.
Right. So on each turn, what kind of action is it to call an actual lightning bolt?
It doesn't say.
Let me
It
take
says,
a look.
it says on each of your
Yeah, I
turns
got it here.
until the spell ends, you can use your action to call down lightning
There
in
it
this
is.
way again.
There it is.
There
So
you
you
go.
can't do it this turn because it's an action to cast it.
You can do it this turn.
You can.
When you cast the spell.
You can do it this
Oh yeah, it
turn.
does say when you cast the spell.
Yeah.
And then each turn after. Okay. So bolt of lightning hits and then everything within 5 feet. That's really cool. So basically you're just channeling the storm. You can feel it like and everybody's like suddenly everyone in this area, a terrible storm whips up, right? The rain gets harder and suddenly out of nowhere, there's like flickering of lightning, there's a roll of thunder.
Does
and
damage snap people out of being charmed?
And then bang. No.
Would damaging the creature that charmed you do that?
Maybe.
I mean, feel free to drop lightning on top of me.
I don't know which of the
I'm gonna take
creatures.
half damage.
Wow.
I don't know which of the creatures charmed
if you hit Little Fox, you'll hit 3 other things. And
Yeah,
she just
I
said
think it
was
would be
fine.
most efficient to just.
If I literally just
Just
hit
target
Little-
Yeah,
Little
you
Fox.
just strike
Yeah.
Little Fox with lightning.
Well, we did just see Little Fox get like.
Yeah.
That's so
But
good.
I don't know if I could.
Let me jolt you out of this.
It's zap.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay, I think that it's like I just woke up and like.
You missed.
Yeah, like maybe Arcturus doesn't like really mean to do it, but it ends up.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. I just woke up and I see most like that's the area where there's the most creatures.
Mhm.
But then I like after like the lightning like comes down and I can see like the like shadows of everyone that I just hit like flashing against my eyes. I'm like, oh shit.
Okay.
No.
So DC 14 saves.
Yeah.
And it's Dex, right? So danger sense.
Danger sense. Yep.
It's like that bit in one of the first cuts.
No, I'm sorry.
One short, so I'll take 9 damage.
Yeah. Take 9. All right, let me roll for these things. Now these guys, their dex is terrible. So
That's never stopped you before.
left, bottom, and right. I think they all fail.
Yellow musk zombie,
That's
eh?
what they are, yeah.
Yeah. As soon as I saw the initiative roll, I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be weird. It's gonna be a weird one."
And then
So 18 damage for all 3 of them. None of them fall. But like, yeah, this lightning bolt strikes Little Fox and lightning like leaps off of you and hits these things and it sees up and stagger around. Yep, it's a bad time.
what does it do with the charm?
Nothing.
Okay. And then I think because I'm not wearing any armor, I think that I kind of like hide behind
tuck in.
Ishi, and I'm just like, sorry about that lightning. And like it's that like, oh, I'm still really like,
It's okay, keep doing it.
I like.
Okay. All right. Cool. Good stuff, Arcturus. Ishi, it's your turn.
I move into the threatening square of the other zombie as well, so that I'm like covering Malik as he wakes up. And Malik prone still counts for pack tactics because he's not incapacitated. So I stab the shit out of the zombie that's in
So
front
it's
of
less
me.
Malik fighting them and more just being a distraction. Like, they're
Yeah,
gonna grab
exactly.
you.
It's going for Malik, and you like stab it.
Yeah, he's flailing and throwing sand and stuff, so it's the perfect distraction for rapiering things. I don't have any of my cool abilities because they all reset on like long rests, so I've gotten nothing since the.
Okay.
Oh, wait, did I action search?
We didn't. No, you didn't action.
No,
search
I never
today.
action searched that day because it was the crawfish. I mean the lobster man and then the skeletons.
Yeah.
I did. Did I second wind?
You can you should mark these things on your sheet.
Yeah, but I expected we'd have a long rest before something
Well,
bad happened. It was really
don't
bad.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
so
you've second winded.
I second winded.
'Cause you got
So
hurt.
I'm going to rapier, and then rapier again on this guy.
All right, so the first one is actually it's a hit on both attacks.
Oh, sweet deal.
And this is the one
So,
that's Malik's fighting. So
yeah, 10 and then 14.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna action surge and stab it again.
Okay.
For
Nice.
critical, and then not a hit probably.
Okay.
Well, you have pack tactics. Isn't that advantage?
Oh, it is advantage.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, roll damage.
So 16, and then 10, 26 total.
Okay.
On top of the.
Wait. So it
24.
has. Wait. Because you are within reach of 2 guys. Did the 28 not kill him?
Oh, I mean,
It's dead.
we'll see.
But
dead.
like, did it die before you made that second attack?
All the dice hit the table at once, so we're not going to roll back and retarget that attack.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
yes.
I guess I'll slowly take my turns next time
well,
so that I'm not being expedient.
No, it's just if you rolled the crit and then not rolled that second one and then rolled damage and then rolled the other, because like you can't roll them all and then assign them. So
I don't really see the difference, to be honest. But
well,
okay.
so the second attack would then miss because you don't have pack tactics on the other guy who is.
No, it wouldn't actually, but it's.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Well,
It's just,
all right, fine.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's kind of crap when I waste all my damage because I'm trying to be expedient.
Okay, but we'll just right now, just like slow it down because we can't. You said like I'm attacking this target. There was no point at which you said you were switching targets. You can't roll all your dice and then say I'm going back and attacking this other one.
Okay,
Like,
so I
know it
whiff
would make
air
sense,
for my actual hits. I
yeah,
guess.
but that's fine. You kill the one that's over Malik. So Little Fox, on your turn, you'll get another save at the end of this turn. But for now, you have to go this way. Now there's a zombie there, so you're gonna go 10, 20, 25, and just move that direction. So you end up.
My movement is 40.
Yes, yeah. You stop there because you end up where you needed to be.
It wants you to be there.
So the thing
What is significant about this place?
yeah, I don't know, make a perception check.
I got a 16.
16. Okay. The thing that you are drawn to, are you in the light? You have disadvantage because you're in dim light. But yeah, the thing that you are drawn to is visible like in this bush down here. And there's like a bunch of like vines, a big fern, but then sticking up out of the fern is this kind of like yellow like bulb. It's about, I don't know, this big, and there are little bits of like spore or something like floating around it, and the smell that you smelled before is coming from this thing. And so we see you come over and just like stare down at it, and it's the like smell is all hypnotizing you.
Messing up my biz.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to spend inspo. I'm going to make this wisdom save. I get is a 22 sufficient?
It is, yes. Oh, and
Okay,
the three zombies they all get attacks of opportunity on you as you're walking over there.
Oh, so you don't end your rage. Okay.
Even though I'm their friend. Oh well, no,
You're not-
hit me
you're
with
not their
lightning,
friend.
I didn't My rage.
But it'll keep your rage up, and yeah, all three of them get swings on you.
Yeah, come at me.
Okay, so 1, 2, and that one hits for 7,
Yeah, so 3.
and then the last one is a miss. Okay. Let me just check quickly that Charmed doesn't. Okay. Yep. Nobody has any special advantage for you. So okay. All right. So you just take one hit as they swing at you as you go by.
Yeah, I think she like pushes through them to get to the thing she wants, right? So it's like shouldering past them. And then like stares at this bulb and is like, wait a minute, I don't like bulbs. And now she's out of it.
Well, I mean, usually I do, but there are zombies.
Yep. Okay. All right. So the Zambos shuffle back to get you. These ones.
Don't hit me.
20. Let's see. Can he get to you? 25. 20. There we go. Okay, cool. So everybody has at least one on them now. All right, so 2 more attacks on Little Fox down here. So technically, just I put it on the map, but only Little Fox can see this thing.
Yeah.
And only dimly. Okay, here we go. So 2 attacks on Little Fox. 1 and 2.
That second one will hit.
Okay, so you take 2. And then 2 on Arcturus. And Arcturus, what's your armor class right now?
It's 12.
Okay. 1 and 2.
Okay, so they both hit.
So you take 8. Okay, can you make a Constitution save? Okay, you're fine.
Fine.
So your lightning is still there, and you take 8 damage. And then the second hit is for 5.
Okay.
And then another one.
13? Is that... I don't know how this works.
Yeah, you're
It'll
fine.
be
You're
8
good.
plus
Concentration
5.
saves are pretty easy.
It's like a 10. You need like a 10.
Yeah, you only very rarely.
You say that.
Right, I know.
I mean,
They're
yeah.
meant to be relatively easy, but the Chaos Plateau gets us all. Okay, so Malik, you're prone, so they have advantage on you. So two attacks on prone Malik.
No. Do not like.
Still fine.
Okay, so the second
Not so
one.
fine.
Yeah, right. If I'd split those 20 and the 18 up, so one of them, slams you with its fist, and you take 9 damage, Malik. And then lastly, I keep opening the wrong one. Lastly, one on Ishii. I'm sure you'll be able to. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
so it just
totally okay.
like swings over your head as you duck it and turn your attention.
I feel like this is more that I'm on top of the other zombie, stabbing the living shit out of it, and he can't get a good yeah.
All right. Cool. It is. It's your turn, Malik. Now you can act. What would you like to do?
Ugh.
Pray.
You know what? Why don't we take a break? And Malik, you can think about how best to get yourself out of this zombie situation, because we're due one. So hang on, hold on, and when we get back, we will see what Malik does. So don't go anywhere. We got 2 more hours of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation when we get back. This stream is brought to you by Roll20, an easy-to-use virtual tabletop dedicated to making tabletop RPGs accessible to everyone. Join the adventuring party at roll20.net. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the cast of Roll20 presents Tomb of Annihilation fight a series of undead encounters, one after another, until, I don't know, they're bathing in experience points, probably.
I mean, that's okay by me.
Likely
I'm
what's
alright
going to
with that.
happen. Yeah. So let's see how that goes. Malik, there's creepy Zambos all over the place. Did I show y'all the token for these? Have we seen these
No.
in full? Look at them. Look at the creepos.
Oh,
Covered in vines. It's got scary shit going on. So, yeah. So what are you gonna do, Malik? You're surrounded by these zombies. Ishi's trying to defend you.
Yeah. Real quick question, and I know we've had a plethora of stupid square-based questions at the
Yeah, sure.
moment. If I start Dragon's Breath, can I start it so that it's shorter? Can I do me as one, then two?
No, it has to be. It starts in the square ahead of you and goes 3 squares forward, and the farthest square it's 3 wide, then 2, then 1. So you
I can
could
do
do it like here, and it would hit.
yeah. You could do it.
This way is your best bet. No,
Yeah.
because you're only gonna hit 2 that way.
Yeah.
You can only hit 2 with it.
Yeah.
Is the answer.
It's essentially shaped like, like
I figured
that.
it out.
I would hit those 2 for sure if I
So,
were
like-
picking a 2.
Because we're not using the template mode, but you can hit those 2 because we're only doing full squares essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. How's my con save?
Yeah, that's kind of been our universal like ruling for stuff is that we don't diagonal like half squares don't count for anything. That's why I use square auras, just keeping things at a cube. Imagine the world is made up of invisible cubes.
Yeah.
We're playing Minecraft.
Yeah, I was gonna say we Minecraft up in here. A
that
person
seems
is made up of a 5 foot by 5 foot cube. Your little box walking around,
Oh, everyone's a gelatinous cube.
or 2 cubes on top of each other.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to know if I could start it like earlier on myself.
Yeah, there was a question earlier about call lightning, and I wanted to like officially make a call unless there's some like specific rule calling it. You pick a point, and then everything within 5 feet of that point gets hit by lightning, which makes it kind of like a 3x3 like cube,
Yeah, you drop
Yeah.
a square.
because the smallest amount of space is a 5 foot space.
Yeah, it doesn't just hit one square.
It hits all
It
around that
hits
square.
all the things within 5 feet of that square.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just need to redo that real quick. I thought it would come up asking me for whether I was going to do it at a higher level because I was, but it's not input.
That's okay.
correct.
So you get to roll you just roll the extra damage, right?
Yeah, actually, I'll just.
And
Yeah,
I'll-
just manually roll the extra die.
And
Yeah,
I'll
just-
double check on targeting like points because there may be like you can point like if it's an intersection it's a 2x2 instead of a 3x3, but whatever, I'll figure it out later. But for now we're gonna go with squares.
Yeah.
So 19 damage.
Yes, 19 damage on this dude and this dude.
Those two,
Yep.
those friends. Okay.
I'll try and fix this for the time being.
Okay. So the saving throw is dexterity.
Sure is.
Okay.
16.
Okay. So the closest one to you, and then the next one. All right. Okay. So they both take the full damage.
Yep.
Okay, and the rainwater sizzles off of their strangely translucent skin, and they burn. You can see, actually, I think parts where the skin like burns away, you can actually see that there are vines like inside where their veins used to be. So these vines have like taken over their like vascular system, and they like burn and shrivel as the skin on top of them is burned away by dragon fire.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
Okay. And then I assume you're gonna stay in place. Oh, and you're not prone anymore.
Oh, yeah, I get up, but I
Okay.
don't move.
All right, sounds good. Okay. All right. So the creeper. So you're shaking yourself free of the.
Wow, we
of
really
the,
are Minecraft. We got squares and creepers.
You're shaking yourself free of the influence of the plant thing, but you're now within range of it to reach out and grab you with its tendrils. So, Here we go. Gets a 21.
I mean, yeah.
Deals you 17 psychic damage.
Oh shit!
Oh,
So it actually deals
shit!
psychic damage. I'm not resistant to psychic damage.
Yeah.
That's the one damage I can't deal with.
So while you're staring at this unusually sort of opalescent yellow bulb, a tendril with a hook on the end of it lashes out and slashes you, and yeah, it hurts. It hurts really bad. Cool. All right. That's all the plant is doing.
Oh, that effect is scary.
Arcturus, it's your turn.
Okay, as my action, I will zap these two boys with lightning.
Okay.
It was a 3rd level spell, but I'm not casting another spell. It's just
It's just your action. Yes.
my action.
Yeah. Okay.
And then as my bonus action, I am casting another spell.
Okay. Let me go grab the fish whip.
Fish whip.
That is not concentration, so I can maintain the lightning and then fish whip.
I'm afraid that casting of the spiritual weapon is an action, making it attack as a bonus action.
That's right.
It says bonus action on the card.
On the spell? Let me take. I think it might be, Dave. I think it might be the same as the call lightning, where it's like you get a free
It says
shot.
bonus action. When you cast a spell, you make a melee spell attack.
Yeah, casting
The spell
time, one
says-
bonus action.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. That's my mistake.
That's
Sorry
okay.
about that.
All right. So the fish whip appears. Where do you want it to be?
Behind this fella, in front of me, behind
So
him.
back here.
No, behind the fella right here. Sorry.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah, I was on ruler.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. And so the lightning, those two have to make dex saves, and then the spiritual weapon, I'm assuming a 23 hits.
Okay. And the point that you hit is.
I hit the square, but it wouldn't matter. It was all those.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I zapped the campfire.
All right. Yeah, you do, don't you?
It's lightning. I think that makes
It would
fire.
set it more on fire, if anything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's hitting, and the lightning. I'm gonna give it a chance to put the campfire.
It might scatter the.
It scatters the. Yeah, it might scatter the thing. So we'll say, let's call it 50-50. 1, 2, 3. Puts it out. Ooh, shit. All right. There's a brilliant flash of light, and then for everybody but Ishii, darkness.
It doesn't say that it affects inanimate
It's a lightning
objects.
bolt. It's everything that's in there. It's a force of nature. You're not that precise with it.
Oh, great. Good.
So let me roll for these.
Hopefully they need their
zombies.
eyes too.
Yeah, maybe these things don't have dark vision too, though.
Okay, so the zombie here. What save is this? Dex. Okay, so that left one, the closest to you, fails. Furthest from you also fails, and they take 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check something for these two. I need to make some rolls here. So they both have to make DC 20 con saves. Closest one, furthest one. Okay, the lightning just destroys them bodily. There is a crash of lightning, a brilliant flash, and then toast.
I mean, that at least is good news.
Yeah, totally. And the rain coming down in the area, and then suddenly it's darkness and howling of wind. Ishii, you're
Wait. I targeted the spiritual weapon before, like the targeting was done before we made any call about lighting. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's fine. Again, everybody slow your rolls. We're not in a huge hurry. So you made the attack with the spiritual weapon and did 11.
it was a 23. 11,
Yeah, because there was that third zombie close to you, right?
Yep. That's fine. Okay. All right. So bonus action. Do you want to do anything else? Oh no.
Nope. Don't have the ability to cast light yet.
Okay. All right. Ishii.
So Ishii shouts out,
Do you want light or stabbing?
Light.
Right.
I can't see anything.
Ishii, light.
fuck. Do I actually have a way to give you guys light? That's a good question.
Does your bag have torches in it?
No, I am not holding any torches.
Oh.
Never mind that question. I can't actually help you.
I mean, everybody's bag is like kind of lying around over here. So if anyone has them, there'll be someone else's bag
There is
within
a
reach.
torch.
Can I scoop a torch from Little Fox's bag then, which is
Yeah.
probably nearby?
Yeah, I
There's
think
a
that's,
torch and a candle.
I think that's fair. If you're just taking your action to light a torch.
I mean,
think
I
it's-
have to.
Yeah, I think it's
basically
fair. I
have
think it's fair to say that they're laying. There's a torch like laying around.
There would be something close at hand. Yeah.
I like because I can see. It's not so hard for me. I dig through a backpack,
Dave,
grab a torch.
you saying something?
My lantern is always hung on the outside of my backpack, and you would know it's better than a torch.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I light that up,
Too.
and I guess I have to discard my shield to do it.
Yeah.
So
Dave, what's the light radius for
30-60.
the one person who doesn't need it
so suddenly-
gets the fucking lantern.
All right. So now,
Yeah.
Ishii, lantern in hand, everyone can see again. And yeah, you're good to go. Okay. So, Little Fox, you've shaken the creeper's effects. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna take the disengage action and GTFO. This is like
Okay.
horrifyingly scary for Little Fox because it's something that can actually hurt her. Like it's not. No, never happens. So
Yeah, get out of there.
disengage. And I'm gonna move back here,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is my full move. Let me see if I go like 15.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
so I can
35.
move one more because I can move 40, so I can move to here.
Yep. And you can take a swing.
Well, I disengaged.
Oh, that's right. You took
Yeah,
damage.
it was a
Okay.
disengage.
All right. So if you don't get hit before your next turn, your rage will end.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the zombos, they move very slowly. So 10, 15, 20. Okay. 20. And then another. Okay. All right. So only one of those two gets to attack. So Little Fox, this one attacks you. Brah. It misses. And then the other one moved and did nothing. Arcturus, one takes a swing at you.
Mm-hmm. That hits.
Yeah, hits you for 4. Can you make a con save? Thank you. You're fine. Okay. And that's those 3. And then Arcturus, Ishii and Malik both get attacked once. So Malik, this time, no advantage for them because you're standing again. And then for Ishii. And doesn't matter, you don't have your shield. The thing just...
I mean, I only go down by 1 AC without it. I'm only at 17.
That's right,
rather
because your
than-
shield's all chewed up by
because
Zorbos.
it's shitty. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So the zombies are done. Malik?
If I... Sorry, I'll just do the squares. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. No, I can't really make it hit multiple ones, I don't think.
No, not really. Unless you move, but
Yeah, I can move around here, but I don't think that changes it super
No.
much. Because it will still hit you. I don't want to hit you with it, really. Just checking. No. I'll just breathe fire on this friend here.
Okay.
Friendly boy. Hey. I next to you. Why are you broken?
You broke it, Dave. Just roll the damage manually.
yeah.
Is it actually a charisma save?
It's not.
Okay.
No.
I thought it wasn't.
It's gone all over the place.
It's
I'm
Dex,
afraid.
right?
It is.
It is a
Okay.
dex.
All right. It takes, so you said 16 damage?
Yes.
Okay.
No, 12 DC 16.
Right. Okay. All right. Cool. So yeah, you just breathe fire right in his face, yeah, it hurts him. It hurts him pretty bad. Okay. So we no one's watching it, but we as an audience get to see it. We cut over to this little friend, And we see from the bush, the bulb like rise up slightly, and a cluster of kind of firm-looking like tendrils, like little legs, like reach out of the fern and start like crawling the little plant
Bro.
forward.
Oh, jeez.
So it can move very slowly, very, very slowly. It can move 5 feet. And then Little Fox, I hate to do this to you, but can you make a
Wisdom save?
make a wisdom save, please?
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh man.
All right, you got that musk charm again. The
All
thing,
right.
the call of the bulb. You can't resist it. Okay.
Please heal me before
Yeah.
my next
All right.
action.
So Arcturus, still channeling the power of the mighty storm, lightning flickering above you, the fish whip dancing in the air. Now you can see from Ishi's torch. So there's lots of like shadow because the torches are coming up, or the lanterns coming up from behind. What do you do?
I'm going to call light. No. Where can I call? I can't hit 2 people without also hitting one of us.
I'm not gonna change it in the middle of the fight because we've been treating it this way. But I checked the rules. We'll talk about call lightning after, because it's actually a smaller radius than we thought. But
I mean, I still don't think that I could hit
No.
2 of them without hitting one of us.
Can you hit the plant?
I can't. I mean, could I see it now? Can I see it now?
It's in the shadow.
It's moving. Yeah,
And
it
it's
moved.
moved.
It
It
moved now,
moved.
so you can.
Light.
Yes. Yeah. So you can't see it as long as it stays still, but it did start moving. So you can target it.
Okay.
I feel like
And
that's
Little
the
Fox
threat.
ran away
threatening
from
mist.
something. Which
Yeah,
is weird
well-
too.
Regardless, I can heal you. With a healing word, which is a bonus action.
Okay. Instead of doing the whip.
Because you said that I need to heal you.
I'm worried because if I get hit by this plant thing again, I fucking die.
I can't see anyone's HP bars, but
Yeah, I'm at 13 out of 55.
Yeah, that's bad.
I have been very hurt.
Yep, that's good. I will cast healing word, which is a bonus action at level 2. And I fucking roll really poorly.
That's good stuff.
Like horribly poorly.
Right, you rolled a 1 on both of the
Good use of a level 2
D4s.
spell, Blue Jay.
cool. So I heal 6.
Can you all see?
Yeah.
Can you all see each other's hit points now?
Nope.
Green
No.
bar.
No.
Okay.
And
It may
then
require a reload, but that's fine.
I saw Little Fox actually looking scared for once ever, and I see a weird moving plant, and so I'll call lightning on that as my action.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was testing.
Well,
okay.
it's
I ruined everything.
It'll be your
It's-
turn again eventually, Dave. So you call lightning on
the
what?
plant.
Ah,
the
yes. Okay. So
It's
it needs to make a
15
save.
with a DC 14 dex save.
You can imagine its dex is not very good. It just stands there, gets struck by lightning.
Yep.
Okay, so it takes 15 damage.
It dives out of the way.
Haha, suckers!
Pulls out an
Pwhew!
AK-47 and starts firing.
Dives backwards into the bushes, shooting at you with its Mac 10s. No, it just sits there. You just, bam, strike the thing with lightning, and you're good. Cool. Okay. So,
Can't
you're
believe I rolled so poorly on that healing.
you're good to go.
Real mad.
Call lightning continues its effects, but this is gonna have to be enough for now. Do you want to move or do anything with your
No.
move action?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So let's see. Ishi, your turn.
I attack the one next to Arcturus here that I'm next to for some of that sweet pack tactics
That's
action.
Pactic tactics.
Pactic tactics.
Okay.
So that's a 25
Hell yeah, you hit it. Roll that damage.
and a 16.
Okay.
Hey, do you remember what we were
Yeah,
doing?
okay, so here's the damage for the first one. If it fucking dies, the other one's not for it. Okay. 10. Is it dead?
No, it's not dead.
Okay, then the next one. 9.
I'm just like,
Can we just, for me too, for everybody, let's just make a rule. It's attack roll damage, not attack roll damage. I'll do it too
Okay,
because
sure.
it'll put me in the same position later when I have things with like 3 attacks. So
Yeah, no problem.
okay, so you deal it 19 damage.
Yep.
And that's it, right? You wanna just
That's
keep
really
laying
all I
into
can
this
do,
one?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Little Fox, you have to move.
Can you please post the rules for the charm?
Yeah, sure.
'Cause I want to see if there's a way I can game this.
Sure.
Want to see?
There it is.
Okay. A creature charmed this way
Oh, that was
can do nothing on its turn except move as close as it can to the creeper.
Yep. The second hit, Ishi, I damaged the wrong one. The one you were actually hitting has slightly less hit points. Let me see if you killed it or not. The second hit killed it, so the DC would be... Okay, yeah, it's dead.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you got him. Yeah, I forgot because of that thing. Yeah.
Okay, it is worded in the worst possible way for me.
It's-
Well, I can only do it one more
Well,
time.
what else would it be? Like, how would you be able to wriggle out of this one?
If it involved language like directly towards, or like a lot of the stuff that it does around like fear effects and stuff like that, there are some workarounds. But yeah, I just have to move over there.
Yeah, as close
I
as
take-
you can. So you
Yeah.
you do that. 2 attacks of opportunity as
Two
you do.
AOs, yeah.
Sorry that my healing spell was shitty.
Sorry. There we go.
God damn.
Oh,
So I take
But they're
14
halved.
damage. No,
Yes,
No,
because
those
your
are-
age is
those are-
expired. Yes.
Oh, fuck.
That's right. So you take 14.
so I go to 4 HP.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So obviously the
is
zombies don't chase you because they just deal with whatever's in front of them. So none
Yeah,
of,
Little Fox is going to get dropped by this.
only
thing.
one of them moves.
maybe I'll roll bad.
And when Little Fox gets dropped by this thing, as you
I
may
know.
note from the previous entry, I get turned into a fucking zombie.
So Ishi.
I mean, if we bring you back before 24 hours, you're not.
Let's see. Okay, don't worry about that now. Don't get a turn ahead.
Yeah.
So zombies. Arcturus, 2 attacks
Okay. That is definitely a hit
for 9.
for 9 damage. Okay.
Save. Con save. Yeah, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. there.
Arcturus has got the fucking con.
Yeah, so second
That-
swing.
Is also a hit.
Sambo's in the night. Another 5, and then a con save. Okay. Malik for 8. And
I would love
Yeah.
if you re-rolled that. Or I re-rolled that.
sure.
I
Yeah, this
rolled
is
that.
this is the attack. I'll leave the damage as it stands if it hits.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I need to get better at asking you after I hit you if you want to use your luck points, or just giving you a second. But so it misses instead.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Ishi. A miss.
Yep.
Okay, Malik, it's your turn.
All right. This dude's getting another face full of dragon breath. I think I fixed it. So, hey, I did it.
Okay. And casting Dragon Breath at a higher level is such a good idea because you do the extra damage every single time you use it.
Oh, yeah.
That's really cool. So it's 18 unless it gets the dex save,
Yep.
which it does not. So it takes 18. Okay. Not dead yet, but very close. Takes a blast in the face. Now you can move, or what do you want to
I'm
do?
gonna move.
Okay, so you just go around it.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. All right. And yeah, it's reasonable to assume you can stand anywhere under this thing without having to
Yeah.
duck or be slowed down. Okay. All right. The yellow must
Cross your fingers,
Here
team.
we go. Touch attack. And it misses.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank the
So
Lord.
it's like lashing its tendrils around you and like scratching at you, but it's not able to like kill you basically.
It doesn't find a nerve or
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. Yeah, it's trying to dig in.
Okay, so unfortunately, I can't hit that without killing you. So
No, you can hit
No, you
You
can.
could.
next
Yep.
to it
Yeah, you can hit here.
because you can call on a point.
Even
right?
with the current ruling, you can hit it without hitting Little Fox.
Yeah.
Yep.
okay, it's you or me then.
It's true.
Yeah. You're both low.
I think I I don't know.
You can save yourself. It's
I-
100% hit the 2 zombies if you feel like that's the best
Yeah.
move.
because
I'm
if
gonna
you
hit-
are alive, then you can kill this thing later.
Okay, but
Yeah.
can we read the touch attack there? So if the target is a humanoid that drops to 0 hit points as a result of this damage, it dies.
Okay. But I don't know that.
It's. I mean, I'm okay letting y'all know that, right? Like, if Little Fox takes another hit from it, like fails the save, which you got at the end of your last turn, Little Fox. You get a save at the end of your turn, so make that save now.
Yeah,
Right.
make that save.
That's really important. Then you can make your decision. What was the save DC?
11.
11.
It's 11, and I get a 10.
Okay, no, so you are still all right.
Still,
So
like,
yeah, no death
fascinated by
save,
the
just
bulb.
dead.
Okay, yeah, then I'll
Yeah.
I'll hit the bulb then.
Okay.
Sorry, let me roll this spell.
Please roll good. Also, Elf, please save me.
I'm trying.
16 lightning damage.
All right.
I don't know how much
okay.
health it has. Oh.
Here's where it does the combat roll and takes half damage.
No, minus
No.
1. All right, so it takes 16. Okay. All right.
And then as a bonus action, I can move my fishy whip 20 feet. It doesn't have to touch the ground, so I'm moving my fishy whip and
Swims through the
also
air.
getting
Cha-cha, snaps out at it.
18?
Yeah, this thing has an AC of 6, so
Yeah.
it's a plant.
8 damage.
All right. He's wailing on the thing. And that's force damage and lightning damage so far, right? It's important
Yep.
for me to
Yeah.
know the difference. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Arcturus, that's your turn. Ishi, what are you doing?
Seeing my dear friend is in trouble, I can't help but come
I mean-
to their aid.
I can probably smash it next turn. I'm out of rages.
You can't smash it next turn.
You can't
On the
'cause
next
you're
turn, you will do
charmed.
nothing.
Oh no, right. I'm still
You're
charmed.
still charmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm going to move here.
Okay, so you get a
Take the
AA
AOP
attack.
from the
Yeah, of
zombie.
course.
I have to.
Oh,
I miss.
nope,
I mean, it
misses.
misses.
Lunges for
And
you.
then I pull out my new skeleton. Well, I use my new skeleton short bow. I draw my rapier on the ground. I use my new
Okay.
skeleton short bow to just double twang this thing. Because I
Nice.
can't get close enough to do anything else.
Okay. Fire arrows into the bushes.
So, Pichu,
You hit. Roll damage.
9 damage.
Okay, keep at it.
And then Pichu
Hit. Yep.
for 6
Six.
damage.
Okay.
do you have any superiority dice?
I do actually.
So you could commanding strike me.
I
So
have
make
to
it
check
good.
commanding
Yeah,
strike.
technically you can. Commanding
I
strike
rolled my
would-
dice. I can only do it if I forgo one of my attacks, and I
that's
just
right,
rolled
and you
them
just
both.
used your
So,
Oh, okay.
sorry.
That's okay. All right. It is still alive. So Malik, you're looking like the last hope on this situation. So Little Fox, you have to do nothing but move towards it, which you do. Make a
I can make my
throw.
save.
make your save. Yep. Okay, so
You
you're no
make it.
longer
I make
charmed,
your
so you will get your next turn.
I mean,
okay.
hopefully.
Hopefully. All right, the zombies. So Arcturus, 2 on you.
Sorry, buddy.
Hi.
A hit
Yep. I'm out.
for 9.
I'm out. Lightning's gone. Storm's gone.
Okay, so
Fish whip is gone.
Call lightning is gone. Yeah, the fish whip, because there's no one to command it. The fish whip vanishes. Technically, it would float around probably till you came back, but whatever. I've never been totally clear on those. I'll just leave it there for now.
Yeah, I guess it's not concentration.
Because it's not concentration. So
Yeah.
I think the spell ends if you can't see it anymore, which when you close your eyes happens, but we'll look at it later. Okay, so that was the first one. So then this other guy, now that you're down, is going to go over to Ishi.
Yeah.
Rawr.
Okay, you hit me
And hits you for 8.
for 8. Yeah.
And then this one moves over, and 2 of them attack Malik. One miss, and 2 miss. All right, Malik, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
You're muted.
You're muted, Dave.
You're muted, Dave.
Sorry. I am going to, because I can do this. I'd not thought that I could do this, but based on Blue Jay's using of
Call lightning.
wait. No, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
Unless, perfect, I've got it. I use Quicken Spell, which makes my next spell, which has a use of action, into a bonus action.
Okay.
I use a Quicken Spell Fireball. If we need to kill this plant quickly, then when you absolutely
Wait,
have
what?
to kill every motherfucker in the room.
You will take everyone down.
No, you can
No,
do it. You can do it
you
way
just target it, like, over
here.
Well,
I'm
hold on.
targeting
You can't
them.
target something you can't see. So.
But he can see like
You
way
can
the
Oh yeah,
see
you got a lantern now. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that it was dark. It was just I wasn't sure where the edge of it. So the farthest you can do is like out here. So you'll be okay.
Yeah, should be fun. So,
I love it's just like
Play the edge
orbital,
game.
you gotta just like lay the edge down.
30
Just
health
a-
left, or do I kill it?
Give me a second. Hang on. Jesus, we
It's
gotta
gotta
check
make
the
it save.
range, and you gotta do saves and all that. Okay, so you just want it like there, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So it's a DC 16 dex save, which it will almost certainly fail. Close though.
Yeah, roll one.
And then it takes 30.
Yeah.
Yes, you kill it.
Whew.
If it had got that save, you wouldn't have killed it. It had
Okay.
it had
Damn.
31 or it had just enough. It's at minus 14. So it's dead. The plant shrivels up and like burns and is disintegrated. Okay.
And since I still have an action,
Yeah.
because I used the
Quicken
sorcery
spell,
point,
yeah.
so that I used the bonus action, I will fire breath the one that I've been fighting this whole time. Sorry, Dragon's Breath, the one that I've been fighting the whole time.
Okay. You can drag with both of them.
Which is that one. Yeah.
Can I?
Oh no, you can't. Yeah, because it's
No, you can't.
1, 2, and then 3. Oh, hold on. 1, 2. No, it's okay. So you don't
Oh,
hit.
that's-
Yep, you're good. Arcturus
Yeah.
is safe. I was just checking to make sure you don't burn Arcturus.
Wait, I know
That's not the.
No, I'm
that's
saying
not
you don't. That's what I'm checking. But you
But
can also
also,
shoot it up that way.
That's not
Yeah.
the same one he's been fighting the whole time.
No, it
right?
isn't.
It's that one.
That one is. Yeah.
So
So it's this way. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I'm just making sure. I wasn't saying yet that you were. I was
Totally.
just checking to make sure that you didn't hit them. Okay. So let's roll a
Yeah, I
dex
do
save.
like the worst damage in the history of the universe, but I do some.
All right.
Hopefully, it's finally dead because I've breathed on it 3 times now.
Yeah,
Fails. So it
for
takes what?
8.
5.
8.
Oh, 8. Yeah.
8.
Okay. Con save.
Don't you do it?
No, it's dead. You got it.
Okay. And with my movement, I head round. Gosh, do I really want to do that? So don't want the one to just punch Arcturus in the face while she's on the ground.
Yeah.
I'll move that.
Cool. So your action was to breathe fire. Your bonus action was the quicken spell, and then your move is
Just
oh, you
rotating
just
around.
squiggle in between. Okay, perfect. All right. So the creeper is toast. I can take it out of the order. Arcturus, can you make a death save, please? Okay, so that's one failed death save. Ishi, it is your turn. There is a guy.
There is a guy.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? I think you're muted, Elf.
Sorry. I have my bow in my hand.
You do.
And I'd have to pick my rapier up off the ground.
Mm-hmm. Because it's back. It's back. Are you dropped
I
it at your
could-
feet? Okay.
Yeah, well, because that was the only way I could get my bow out.
Yeah. I wasn't
and have
sure.
the-
I wasn't
yeah.
sure if it was a. I'm not gonna go back, but you would. A bow is a two-handed weapon. You would have had to have dropped the lantern too. But don't worry about it. None of that.
I mean,
matters.
even if I did put the lantern down, it'd still be on.
It's an
It'd
action.
just be here.
Yeah. No, I just mean the difference between gently setting a thing down and just dropping it is an action or not. But anyway, whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. So the lantern is clipped.
There's
to your,
enough going on.
Yeah, the lantern is clipped. The lantern is clipped to your belt. You're holding your bow. Your rapier is on the ground at your feet. What would you like to do?
Yeah. Can I shoot a bow at something else without taking disadvantage?
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
because he's
once
all like,
you're-
"Ugh, don't shoot your bow."
But I do have pack tactics if I shoot it at the one near Malik, which evens out my
it
disadvantage
does.
to advantage. So I need to do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna shoot the one near Malik. Just because it's better to put damage out than it is to
you
pick
get
up my
two shots at it.
Yep. So Patwang.
That's a hit.
For 6.
Okay, second shot.
Patwang.
Yep.
For 8.
Nice. Okay, great. So thunk thunk, 2 shots sink into its body, and you're.
I'm also going to do this. I think movement wise, I'm going to move over to there. So I'm going to take an attack of opportunity from our friend here.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that Arcturus is not taking hits while they're down.
Yeah.
Okay, so it hits me for.
It bonks you gently for 3 damage.
For 3 damage. Okay.
Okay. Little fox.
Yeah. I'm gonna move. I got 40 feet of movement, so I can go 15, 20.
Okay.
Or well, actually, I'll go to this square.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Here, I think, because I can go 15 and then 25. So yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
And I will hit this thing that I'm next to.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that Ishii will have pack tactics later. So I'll swing at it with the maul.
Nice. Yeah, you
nice
nail it
for 10 damage.
Okay, so it's got to make a DC 18 con save, or a DC 15 con save. Just barely. It fails. Okay.
Yeah, and this is like Little Fox not raged,
like tired.
So it's she's like exhausted and looks scared, and like fights a little differently.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So there's 1, 2, 3 of them remaining. So
no, hold up. I just killed.
You just killed.
Oh, this one. Sorry, it's at 0. Yeah, that one's dead. There we go. There's 2 left. Okay, so this one will attack Ishii. So Ishii and Malik both get attacked once.
Yep.
Ishii. Okay,
no.
Miss. And Malik.
Also no.
Also a miss. Okay. All right, Malik, your turn. I forgot to add your Dragon Breath to the thing. How many rounds of it do you have left? 3?
I've cast it. What did I say?
I think you've used it 3 times.
I think my lightning was at 6 when I went down. So you probably have 4 or 5.
That's what I was thinking. You have like 4 left, 4 or 5. It doesn't matter. The fight will be over before then. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know then. In that case, I thought I'd breathe 3 times, but
no more than that. Anyway, I'll just put it in. I'll put it in at 5. And what are you gonna do?
I only have this 1 to fight at the moment, so I will breathe on him in this little face. Wow, my damage rolls today.
Okay.
Well, I guess I used them on the one that counted.
That's a 12.
Okay. Yeah. And this was this guy here, right? That takes 12.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, the fire seems to be like especially useful on them. Like it's burning both their skin and the plant inside that's keeping them alive. So yeah,
nice.
Keep applying that fire. All right. So what else? You've used your action. Do you want to move, or are you just gonna stand and deliver?
I'll stay there and keep that away from the rest of the group while they deal with those.
All right. Arcturus, second roll, please.
Don't.
That's 2. 2 or 3.
Sorry.
Okay, Ishii, your turn.
I turn to Little Fox and I go like, help her or help him. He's been down. Like, that's the thing you do now. Like,
yeah,
you're all nervous. You're all nervous and stuff, and like Ishii taking charge is like weird, but
yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, like,
and I think Little Fox is like in motion towards you, and like because we're moving simultaneously, like she's already going into her bag to get the healing kit out.
And
Arcturus.
And true to form, I ping off the same one that's fighting Malik again for like average base. Because,
right. Yeah.
And I love that. Yeah, you have one trying to fight you, and you're like ducking it and like getting shot.
Yeah, like under its legs and like around it.
Yep.
Oh, I did it again. I'm sorry. Adam.
It's okay. Roll your damage on the first one.
Yeah, 11.
Okay. All right. So. All right, so dead. Like I can't really make these saves. I make them because I have to, but like I need like 20s every time, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I the second one at disadvantage on the guy in front of me?
Sure, it's fine.
Okay.
You realize you're doing it while you're doing it.
11 damage.
Okay, so same.
Well,
same
it's
jam
just
for
like
this guy.
every other D&D game I've played. It's like be expedient, click the button.
Yeah,
move forward.
I would much more prefer we get it right than just like throw dice as fast as we can. I'm not in any hurry.
So 11 on the guy in front.
Okay, so DC 16. No, he's toast. All right.
That was a cool round. Twang, twang, two dead zombies.
Yeah, the one zombie's on top of you, trying to like grab the bow and like fight you, just like shoving him off. You take the shot, kill the one near Malik, and then you're like, all right, fine. Pull the arrow out and shoot him into his face. Like, okay, you can have my attention, and he topples backwards.
Short bow, worthwhile pickup.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. That is unless you want to move, that's your turn.
It is worth doing this healing roll and staying on the combat clock, right?
Do you have a healer's kit?
I do.
Then you don't have to roll.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
We can forego it if you have.
No, I have a herbalism kit.
Oh.
If you have a healing potion, now is the fucking time to use it. If you don't have, somebody
Malik
has healing potions.
and Malik is still before me.
Yeah, that's true.
Using your bag.
You have
Okay, so Malik
gets
can-
to go
no.
before the save.
Friends, I have a healing potion in my bag.
There you go.
Oh, good.
And
Wait,
so
what?
yeah, Little Fox runs to her bag, which would be in the like camp right next to kind of within 10 feet of Arcturus. So there's definitely
Yeah.
a spot she can be where she can grab it. And I will. Well, I have 2 healing potions in my bag because
What?
I've been saving them.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah. So here I will roll. Slash 2 d4 plus 2. And yeah, maybe like people are surprised that Little Fox has one of these.
It's just
But it's
potion.
He just like pulls a potion out, uncorks it, and like, holds your head up and dribbles some of this in you.
Wait, hold on. You been keeping that?
Like,
So
Yeah, and she
I
just like
don't-
shoots
I
you a
don't think-
glare.
So Little Fox, you move, you use the potion, and then and you're good. On its turn, because I actually made the save. On its turn, it's prone, but it's gonna get back up. The first one, the one near Malik. This is the classic zombie thing. Where you're like,
Yeah, we
"Huh,
think it's
yeah,
dead.
it's
and-
over. And then Malik behind you, we just hear this like "Ugh," as it like gets up to try to grab Malik one last time. Because this was the one that got shot with the arrow. This was that one. So he takes a swing at
like an
Malik.
arrow sticking out of its head.
Yeah, totally. Slams Malik for 8 damage. And like smashes into you, and then Malik, it's your turn. If you're still up, you can fire breath this thing.
I don't have any.
Oh
fire breath.
no! All right, so he strikes
Highly
you,
surprised by the fact
Yeah.
that it's still alive.
knocks the wind out of you. So what are you gonna do instead?
I turn round to it, and so that I attack without disadvantage. Do I just want to auto hit? No, they've got such low AC. It should be fine.
Just give him the firebolt, Dave.
Yeah, I'm going to give him the firebolt.
Okay, disadvantage, but still no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, survive that.
Hell
he, like,
yes.
knocks me, and I'm just like,
So you kill it. What does it look like? Point blank firebolt.
yeah, like it grabs up at me, it like slashes across, just like opens up some of his robes at the chest, like breaks some of the vials that he's got like strapped onto his bandolier, and he's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that." And like as the sand falls out, he like draws his hand, scoops up as much of it as he can into like a little ball, and the thing, while it's still like clutching up at him, he just kind of smashes it into his face and just heats it as hard as he can, just like over the thing's head, while his hands just like grip to it and just burns the thing's like head, the skin, the vines, just all of it until it's just like a blue
just disappears, and then the rest of it, like its arms and legs and part of its torso, just fall back into the sand.
Yeah.
And now it really is over. They don't get to make that save with fire, so they're good. Cool.
I think the first thing when Arcturus wakes up is he's just like, is Little Fox okay? And then like looks like opens to
Little
the
Fox
eyes.
is over you, like saving you.
Well, because like the whole
Oh,
point
it's
is
so
that
cute.
I sacrifice a spell to save myself to save you.
Yeah.
And
you
so
went
like
down
that was
the
the last thing I was thinking before I died.
I love it.
And then I'm
so
like,
much.
all right.
And Little
Okay.
Fox just like draws you into her chest and like kind of half crushes you in a big hug.
That's cool. I'm not wearing my armor, so it doesn't hurt.
So, yeah, you know, Arcturus, you have the taste of your own blood in your mouth, but also this weird medicinal taste from potion.
What do healing potions taste like? What are they made out of?
I don't know. It depends. I think there's probably several different ways to make potions. But I don't imagine they taste like great. And so there's just like the quiet sound of the rain gently abating.
I don't know about the rest of you. I'm going back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Here, Malik, I'll give you your lantern back.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Little Fox starts putting a fire back together and resumes her watch because the watch goes for another like hour.
Yeah, before you resume your watch, I have some HP for you.
Just in
Yay,
case.
some HP.
Yep. Yeah, so maybe once everybody goes back to sleep, Little Fox, you're left there with like the psychic damage from this thing because you've never taken psychic damage before.
It's real bad.
Yeah.
There we go.
That plant got to you. Maybe nature's out to get you.
Yeah, it was a plant that did it. Little Fox is very upset by this whole experience and is just like 1,000 yards staring into the darkness over the fire.
Sincerely hoping we just get to sleep.
Yeah. Gross. All right. So y'all you do finish your long rest.
Yes.
Let me get experience for the Skeletors and stuff for you too.
Because the day included the lobstermen, the skeletons, and the
lobstermen were yesterday. Yeah, lobstermen were yesterday. But
then I should have still had one rage. Whoops. Oh well.
Keep track of them. You got a character sheet. You got a whole sheet for keeping track of that shit.
Well, no, I did. I just was like, wait, wasn't this thing? I second guessed
it's okay.
my preparations.
Let me see. Skeletor. I'm just gonna drop one in here just to take a look at him. Okay. All right. Get out of here, Skeletor. So, there were 12 skeletons at a paltry amount of experience apiece. Plus, there were 8 yellow musk zombies at the same. So, times 8. Okay. And then 1 yellow musk creeper. Okay.
I'm sick to death of these creeper things.
So let's see. Plus another divided by 4. 362 experience. 362, everybody.
Okay.
I'm slightly underwhelmed, I have to say.
By what? The amount of experience you got?
Yeah.
The zombies are nothing. They're real easy. It's just that all of them.
The plant was probably okay.
The plant was pulling away your tank. The plant is worth 450, I think. Yeah, 450. He's a creepy guy. Look at him. He just wants to love you with his spikes.
Yeah, the little like the 3.
I'll get you. Yeah. All right. So so the rest of the night resumes relatively uneventfully. You settle off to Slumberland and recover your spells and your hit points. And as the characters take the rest of their break, let's take ours. So we'll take our last break, and we'll come back and we'll continue north through the Aldani Basin, hopefully meeting up with the River Ocean Star. When we return, don't go anywhere. Another hour of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation when we return. Hello and welcome back, everybody. We're going into the conclusion of today's slightly shorter than usual episode of Roll20 Presents Tomb of Annihilation. So before we jump back into the jungle exploration, let's talk about spell effects. So if the spell has a radius, if the effect has a radius or a diameter, we'll use a token because I can set those manually, right? And we can have a little aura around them, like Fireball, for example.
Sure.
But if the spell doesn't have something like that, like if it says choose a point within whatever, what's intended in the book, I checked in the Dungeon Master's Guide, is that you pick an intersection of squares. So the point you're choosing in the case of Call Lightning is 4 squares interconnected with a point in the middle of them. That's what it says in the book.
Okay, cool.
Great.
That's the intent of those rules. So we'll do that for now, and if there's like edge cases or whatever, we'll do what we always do, and we'll work it up like humans and figure out what we want to do.
Also, hilariously, regardless of which way you ran it in the previous combat, the results would have all been the same.
You got it.
Because we only ever hit 2 things at once,
Exactly.
et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yeah, it's more important to me, I think, of being consistent than getting it exactly right every time. Like,
Well, yeah, and like make a ruling, stick to
yeah.
it.
So for call lightning, what it'll do is you'll pick 4 squares that are in a block and hit all 4 of those. Also, because it's a cylinder, I think you can hit things. If we ever get into a situation where there's things that are on top of each other, Call Lightning would be really good for fighting those goblin
Oh my
stacks.
god, the goblins!
Because
Yeah.
I would definitely allow you to hit all
the
the
top
goblins in the
goblin.
stack going down because it's explicitly like a top-down attack. But anyway, so that's a thought. So we've got a Chult.
By
to
the way,
explore.
Call Lightning, really cool.
Yeah, it is a really cool spell. I actually like a lot of those, and someone in chat noticed this. A lot of the spells, kind of from here forward, are those like you concentrate, but every turn you get to do something. And the combo of Call Lightning and Spiritual Weapon means that a cleric can just stand at the back line and just be like, ha ha ha, I'm Starcrafting this fight.
Cackling maniacally.
Yeah, just whipping people and
Destroy.
shooting lightning. Yeah. Dave,
Yeah,
what's that?
it
There's a
makes
warlock.
that a
There's a
action.
warlock spell like that, right? Where you like are the emperor basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
with Witch
the
Bolt.
the Witch Bolt.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, where you channel lightning into the same target.
Yeah.
it's really bad.
It is. Yeah.
It's a brand new day.
It is a brand new day. So we already know the weather, and I have some new macros that I'm excited to test out.
yeah.
Chat, you'll get to see them. The players won't. But I've got a wayfinding and an encounter macro, so I'm going to use those today. But it is raining, first of all. It has stopped storming. The sudden lightning and thunderstorm last night kind of dissipated the rest of the clouds. It's still raining, but lightly. So it's an average day in Vancouver, and and the plan is to head up to the river, and then from there you can get on your canoe and you can just fucking rip it, just high speed jungle boat action. So this is the
So,
last overland one.
The last slow day. Okay, yeah. So that we actually will be at the river in this next.
Yes, tonight you will arrive at the river as it empties out into the
At the slightly wetter part of the basin that we
Right.
can use the canoe in.
Well, it's like you have land here and you have water here, both at 100%, and you're just slowly moving the meter. Like, is this more ground than water? Oh no, more water than ground. Here we go. So go ahead and roll whatever needs rolling. If there's a blessing in the morning. Okay.
So blessed.
Titia wasted all of his energy yesterday.
So
Yeah,
blessed.
so she's like, I'm tired.
Okay.
It's
Let me
okay.
see.
So Little Fox and Malik are working together to grant advantage on this roll.
Yep.
Little Fox has a skill bonus of 6 plus 1, so I'm gonna put in a
Yep,
7
6
here.
plus 1, total of 7.
You're traveling at normal pace.
Yeah, we don't need to.
Okay.
We don't need to book it today.
And you're traveling through swamp. And there's my roll.
Do
Okay.
you have like a thing with drop downs for all that
yeah,
stuff?
I have drop downs now.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I just select with the terrain. I select whether it's advantage or disadvantage, all that thing, and then it just gives me the final roll.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, and then I can also do my little encounter one here. There we go.
Oh, good.
I roll that every day.
Oh, right. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not that you rolled an encounter. That is a thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna
bad
give y'all
anyways.
an opportunity because you are ready. You are ready as hell for this shit. Malik especially, but Malik, because you explicitly said you were like on guard. Malik and Arcturus both begin noticing through the rain and the slightly clearer view. You're entering another one of these bone fields. You're starting to see like skulls, rib cages amidst the swamp. What are you gonna do? you notice this like pretty early on that the sort of necromantic terrain continues.
Should we
So
scout around? Oh, sorry.
yeah, like what's the option here? Would it be like changing our minds and moving into a different hex, or
I think it's just like we did before when you discovered the lizard stuff. I gave you a chance to re-roll your survival check to
we could, like, get
redo your
around it.
path.
Mm.
Continuing, intending to continue into the same hex.
But yeah, to like find a different to reroute and need to like make an
Yeah, it's a
extra roll.
10-mile square, so or like hex.
yeah, I definitely think like Malik said last time that it wasn't necessarily something that someone was controlling. It was just an effect. So there's no point in like, I don't know. Like, I wonder if we would think that if we activated the whatever necromantic energy fought the skeletons, if they wouldn't be there to hassle somebody else.
Right, because then Arcturus would view that as like the right thing to do, right? Because
Yeah.
we can fight these things.
Is there
so
a way to make a roll to like know if like I know enough about?
Yeah. No, this is good. Okay. Make a religion check.
Okay. Wow. 17.
Okay. Do you have any like spells, or we're gonna go into a weird rules place here where instead of being like, okay, let's fight another fight with some skeletons that no one really wants to do. Do you have any spells to like consecrate the terrain or anything like that? Do you have any magic that'll do that?
Consecrating terrain. I have dispel magic.
Okay. All right. That might work. Yeah.
Dispel magic seems like a legit
Yes,
approach
totally.
here.
Yeah, because I mean it says creature, object, or magical effect.
Magical effect. Yeah. I think dispel magic is fair. Yeah.
Okay. So the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, and I'm using level 3.
No, it's the level of the spell you're trying to get rid of.
Okay.
What's
so any
rate?
spell of 3rd level or lower ends.
Okay,
Anime
what
Dead
level-
is level 3.
Anime
Yeah.
Dead is level 3. Okay, so
Anime Dead is level 3.
yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a DC. It's not Animate Dead, but I'll make a DC for make the check using your spellcasting ability. Let's call it DC
Make
14.
an ability using your spellcasting ability,
Okay.
which for me is wisdom.
Wisdom.
So make
Dave,
a
you were
wisdom.
you had a question?
Yeah. Weird question.
Yeah.
I know she's casting it. Is there any way I can help her by empowering this spell cast? Because we're kind of half using this wrong anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's no way in D&D to help someone cast a spell.
No, there isn't. But we're also doing like a weird.
It's
like,
also a weird
we're
terrain-based
trying.
thing
We're
anyway.
trying something else, and we're going into weird, uncharted, make it up as you go along
Do
territory.
you have any spells that could?
Here's it's not about
remove
spells,
magical
Malik. It's not about spells. Yes, you could help because you understand how magic like works, but Malik, if you can make a religion check to understand the magical underpinnings of the ritual, you could probably like counter chant or whatever like to do that. Yeah, I
I
think.
will give it a shot.
Yeah. Let's call it like a DC 11 religion check.
And we're doing this like a link test style where
Yes.
Malik succeeding gives a
Okay.
+1.
So yeah, Arcturus, tell me. So Malik, you offer role play that a little for me because I'm really curious. So you offer to help, and then Arcturus teaches you something about how to participate in this dispelling ritual according to Esticia's protocols. What does that look like? So you're all standing around. Malik and Arcturus are looking nervously at the bones that are around you.
Yeah, I think the point first is that we have an argument about whether or not we should just go around, and Arcturus insists that if there's a way to make sure that this doesn't hurt anybody else, then like he has to do it. Like,
Yeah, do the thing.
And so we like trek forward anyway, and then like very carefully trying not to like trigger the thing that makes the zombies come up to fight. Like we like maybe on the very edge of the field or something. I would like. I feel like there's some kind of like because it's like feeling out what the necromantic magic wants to do and like what it's being like told to do, and then being like, like, no, don't do that. And I feel like a lot of it is for Arcturus. Like he's talking to you, he's explaining to you, like, because of where his magic is based, like a lot of it is feeling out how the water is like embodying the necromancy, and like using the moisture of the swamp and how it like goes like deep underneath and like touches all of the like skeleton parts and stuff to keep them from being able to gather together. So it's and you have spells where like chromatic orb where you can use like water or whatever instead of fire.
Yeah. But I also wanted to use this as an opportunity to be like, all right, yes, I'll help you. I still think it's best that we just move on, but I need to trust you with these things. You're right. Sometimes we should help these people. I don't know why I'm starting to care less.
It's
just destroying everything that needs to be destroyed feels like
it's not whether or not you destroy things that require destruction. It's whether they require destruction in the first place, Malik. I understand that these jungles are dangerous, but just as we have ventured into them, meaning no one any ill will, so too the creatures here are not automatically trying to destroy and murder. People can live in dangerous places and not need to kill everyone that comes upon them, and we must do the same, even if it is more dangerous to ourselves.
I'm not sure I agree entirely, but if we're going to make this work, we're going to continue working together to solve this thing, then I'll try
Answer
my
me
best.
this, Malik.
Can
you answer me one quick question?
Wait.
Why did you come here to end the death curse? What was the point of it?
That's a big question with a long answer, which I don't think we have time for right now, but I will be happy to tell you eventually.
Are you doing it just for money because it was a task that someone set in front of you? Or are you doing it because maybe it's the right thing to do? There are people who have been cursed with this death curse who are not good people. And we save them anyway.
There was never any doubt I was doing it for other people. I'd like to think that anyway, but you can come off so preachy sometimes.
I am a
Like now,
cleric.
even though I
It's true.
I agree with you, but you make it hard to want to sometimes. Do you understand that? Sometimes when you, I guess it's because things work differently for where you are, but it's fine. We can work together on this.
We should talk about this at the next campfire. This is an undead swamp. We should probably do something about that.
Yeah, like the two
right?
of them are a little off to the side, but yeah, Ishi's like, guys,
Guys!
I'm worried." Yeah, I like that. It's interesting too because I think that's very much like a both of you mark inspiration. I think it's very much like a thing, right? That like I agree with you, but the way that you phrase your point makes me be like, oh, I hate that I agree with you. Shut up. Also, yeah, like Malik, it can be hard, I think, not to look at the rest of the party as like your belongings in a way. Like, no, use your mind, do what I say, and I have to protect you, and like use your power to keep other people and other things away from them and from yourself. Yeah. So the two of you have this moment, like kind of out in the swamp, and then set to dispelling the effects of the undead.
Yeah. And while you're working on the water itself, I'm kind of enchanting and trying to purify the like silt and the dirt and the sand all collected in the pools, because that's where my like domain mastery really is. So I think we work together and I infuse. I'm happy to say I spend like a sorcery point, 2 sorcery points to like help channel because that's raw magic power. It's not even
Yeah.
a spell.
I think if you spell you spend a sorcery point, and if
And I'll
Arcturus uses
spend
the
the
spell,
slot,
yeah. So make a wisdom check, like wisdom ability check with advantage. Okay, yeah, cool. So yeah, you're able to put to rest the skeletons before they raise, and you can pass through this area safely.
Rad.
Cool stuff. All right.
Much better than fight 12 skeletons again.
Exactly. There would have been 13 this time.
For skeleton.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Okay. Cool. All right. So you continue, and the afternoon and the night.
Oh, sorry.
pass
I
by.
got an 18, and Dave got a 19 on his religion check to help me.
And that evening, you reach the admittedly like pretty tame kind of end of the river Ocean Star.
Because it just like kind of feeds out into the basin, right?
Yeah,
So-
and like I said, it's very, very gradual in that the land gets murkier and murkier and murkier until you get to a point where you're like, okay, we need to get in the canoe instead of carrying the canoe.
Yeah, now it's water.
Now it's water. It's water enough. Like I guarantee, like the first few hours of the next day, the oar you have to hold it kind of sideways or it touches the
Yeah, 'cause
bottom, and like when you get in, the
it's in the
canoe
mud.
is like almost on the ground.
Like while it's like dragging through the mug, is the one time when Arcturus isn't feeling seasick from emotion.
Exactly, it
of
gets
the boat.
wobblier and wobblier as you go.
It's just like, this is fine. I could see why you guys like boats. And then like there's a bit where you can finally get the oar like to full pull, and then I'm like, oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, and so the way it works is that this is the like source of the river, but instead of coming from a mountain spring and coming downhill, this travels downhill from the plateau basin, because we know that Imbala and Aldani, like you've been going kind of uphill towards this area. Again, on the imaginary topographical map of Chult, this is a higher area. And it, instead of flowing down and getting bigger, it picks up all these tributaries from the jungle around it, and then
so
gets
it's all
bigger
these
as it
little
goes.
streams.
Yeah, all the streams kind of
combining.
collect. Yeah, because there's like another higher up area over where Firefinger is, and then down here. So you're in a valley, really, heading down this way. Great. So the next day, you're going to be able to travel 3 hexes every
All
day.
right. And this was we can eat the last of the.
Oh yeah, we ate the last of the
That was
fish last night.
That was last night.
Yeah.
So if someone's going, we're still on nighttime. If someone's going to go, somebody who isn't
yeah.
Arcturus, or somebody who isn't Malik or Little Fox.
If we're in a like river, I can fish.
Yeah, go ahead.
21.
Nice. Okay.
And another 8 pounds fish.
Nice. All
So
right.
wait, so
Damn,
we
Arcturus.
we used some when we were back with the dwarf zombies. Is that what you're saying?
You found 8.
And we used 4 the
You
first
used
night.
4.
And
And then, this is actually only the second night, right?
Yeah, no, like we
so
have
actually
4
none,
left,
none of
so-
that needed to happen, but
Well,
you could go
now we
anyway.
have
Now you have
8.
another
Now we
8.
have
Yeah,
another
you have,
8.
so
So
you
we
have tomorrow
eat
and
the
the
last
next
of ours, and then we have
load them in the boat.
which I can bookkeep on my sheet.
Okay,
I already have it.
Or you have it? Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, it is raining, and you can set out to the north. So there's a +3 for that next, because that was your intended D4 roll there, right?
Yeah, that was supposed to be for the guidance because we hadn't.
All right.
Yeah.
So standard skill bonus of 9, normal pace, unless you want to risk fast pace.
Well, how many
Would
would
you
that
like to
be?
know the difference?
How far do
Yes.
we go with a fast pace?
Fast pace on this boat, because it does
Because we're currently doing 3.
yeah, I think you'll do 5. Let me
Oh,
let me double check. So
Arcturus
travel distance,
asks you
if
to
you
punch
move
him
if you
so
move
that
at a
he'll
fast
be
oh
moving.
okay if you move at a fast pace, we roll a d4. You have a 50-50 chance of moving 1 more hex, but you take a penalty to your perception scores while you're traveling. It's only 1
Yeah.
extra hex.
Yeah, we're fine going 3 at a time.
it'll end up being the same number of hexes in terms of getting back anyway. Probably by the end of it, like
So let's just do that. All right, so standard, you got advantage on the wayfinding. You get a skill bonus of 9.
I'm just imagining that if we went faster, Arcturus would be like, "Please, just punch me so I can sleep through this, please."
Yeah, we just have to
Please,
like
dear God, knock me unconscious.
And
knock you unconscious.
the only, let me just check the only DC because I'm using my macro for the first time here. So the only DC difference is, let's see, one difficulty is, here we go, 15 for jungle, mountain, river, swamp, and wasteland. Okay, everything except coasts and lakes. Okay, here goes that. Okay, all right. And then we set out on the river. Oh yeah, I should give you experience for consecrating that terrain, because you could have ended up fighting them, but you didn't. So instead, everybody gets 162 experience.
Okay.
That's pretty good value.
That is pretty good value. Yeah.
One spell slot, 160.
We should just
162?
hang out in this basin and grind skeletons until we hit level 6.
Right, of course.
Did you
So,
say
yeah.
162? Okay.
Yeah, 162.
162.
Okay. All right, and let's see if you have any encounters during the day. Okay. Okay, cool. So, all right. So you head off north up the river, and there's rain, but there's no difficulty in seeing. And as night falls that night, you're talking, your voices ahead of you. There's a bend in the river, and you hear someone say, "All right, boys, we're almost there. Put your back into it." And there's like splashing.
I think the first thing I do is I look at Malik and I'm like I make the eyes like, don't just throw fireball at these people.
And and we hear like, good, that's it. I love the rain, and like we can hear this one person talking, and then someone else is like, Lauren, quiet. We don't need you inspiring us all day. And then Lauren is like, pish. Keeping morale up is part of my job. And then you see around the bend, you see a canoe, and in it, standing with like 1 foot, like Captain Morgan style on the front, is a man in full plate armor. He's got his helmet off, and he has like a blue like cape, big sword at his hip.
What a nerd.
And he's standing there like looking out. In the boat with him, there is an elven woman, a high elf woman in long red and gold robes with a long staff with like a moon on the end of it. And there's a dwarf sitting, clutching the end of the canoe, just like practically green, just kind of like.
I feel that hard.
Oh god. And then the rest of the boat, is filled with what look like Chultan scouts or like hirelings, and they're rowing the boat. And the man, Lauren, Sir Lauren, in fact, the man at the other boat, he's like, ho there, yes, you in the canoe. As you like come around the corner, he like waves.
Oh god, it's some adventurers.
Hello.
Oh yes, hello.
Hello. Oh god.
I like make the I make a I'm going to sit up and like greet people. I'm so excited to see people, and like the quick like motion makes me like, oh
Yeah.
And so like the whole like greeting people thing is like forgotten.
Like somebody suggested that there's like a lovable but annoying goblin in the back of the boat. Hey guys, what are you doing?
Wow, I feel targeted.
Yeah, seriously, so called out right now.
I'm not lovable and annoying. I'm brave and awesome.
All right, so let me just I gotta come up with a name for the dwarf. So
Steve.
Carlos.
Queasy Carlos. Distant
Puking
cousin to
Carlos.
Smirking Carlos.
If it's Carlos, I'm going to fireball the boat. So don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I'm just saying, that's
No-
going to
no
be the
smirk.
If you look like you're gonna firebolt the boat, I am going to smack you in the head with my hammer.
All right.
Okay.
Wow, that's
but
brutal.
Venom does that. That's how it's
Such
going to be.
violence.
I'm going to take the hammer to the face.
Listen, if I'm gonna use smirking Carlos, I'm gonna use him properly, not just as a random boat guy. All right.
Yeah.
So this, Sir Lauren, he looks and he says, he's like, oh there, you in the canoe.
Yes. Hello.
And as you start coming towards each other, he turns around. He's like, "Ho there, boys! Ho there! Back a ways, full astern." And the canoe, like the Toltons look at him like he doesn't. What is he even talking about? Like they slow the canoe down. And
This man does not know about boats.
no, he doesn't. But the two of you kind of like drift side by side. You're about like, I don't know, 30 feet apart. And Lauren says, "Oh, well, look at you, a tough bunch. But I think you're going the wrong direction. The jungle's that way." And he points to the way you just came.
Yes, we've been there.
And he takes a start. And he's like, "Oh my, is that a kobold?"
Hey, like
And
under my hat, like
the woman in the boat is just like, "It's okay, Lauren, calm down." And he nods and he says, "Yes, sagely advice, Amina. Thank you." And she just rolls her eyes at him, and he says,
If you're going up the river, you should prepare. I don't know if any of you have any spells against undead, but there are quite a few in the basin, and you'll need to have some toll money for the lobstermen.
when you say that,
It's just like increasingly bizarre
Yeah.
series of requirements.
and he says, and he says to you, he says, I have nothing to fear, nor my companions from the walking dead. I am Sir Lauren of Lathander, and may his light shine ever down upon us. And he like looks up and he says, "Tell me, does it ever stop raining in this filthy continent?"
No.
And you said something about lobster men. Fascinating. Amina, make a note in the log. Lobster men. And Amina's just like, "Yes, sir. Whatever you say, sir."
Amina just
You should
rolling her
mention the
eyes,
grind.
writes "stupid guy."
Yeah, exactly.
She should talk about the grind.
Who's Lathander?
Lathander is the god of like the sun and the god of light.
Oh, also, grungs. I don't know if you've met any grungs yet, but they're like little frogs. They shoot darts and bows and stuff, and they're very dangerous. But if you give them something shiny, they might leave you alone. They did for us anyway.
Fascinating. Grungs, you say?
Yes, grungs.
He shakes his head. He's like, "I've seen such wonders since I came here. Now tell me, do you know anything about what happened to that camp back there?"
Which one?
Yes, actually, we.
Well, one
What
of them we know, and then the other one.
He says, "Well, we only just saw the one, the day or so back. Old log-looking thing. I personally would have built it of stone. You see, much stronger."
Is that Camp Vengeance? Is he talking about Vengeance?
Right, Camp Righteous. Oh yeah, Camp Righteous. You're right.
He would be talking about vengeance if he's talking about like a log fort.
And a day back, yeah.
Yes, we've already saved all the people who were there.
Saved.
Quest completed.
And
I guess
and he
that's one
says,
way to put it.
yeah, he says to you, "Ah, good. So you're wandering the jungle like us, brave venturers, seeking glory in the name of goodness, huh?"
I don't know. I think we're a little bit more tired than you.
And he looks at you and he says, Oh, poor pitiful creature. Buck up, kobold. Everything will be fine."
Wait, are you calling me pitiable because I'm tired or because I'm a kobold?
The fascinating thing about language is it has so many meanings. But I will say this. Let this upon you be a blessing, my friends and fellow quaestors. As they say in the Church of Lathander, the sun will come up tomorrow. Never forget.
We've been thoroughly
The
blessed.
sun will come up tomorrow.
Right. And he looks at you, Malik, and he says, "Yes, praise indeed the sun upon its rising. Even here in the darkness of the jungle, we find Lathander's light." And he says, you wouldn't be interested in any cooperation, would you? We could share notes. We could tell stories of the jungle and our heroism therein.
I was actually going to ask something.
And
along those
so
lines.
behind him, Amina is looking at like Little Fox or Ishi, and being like, "You don't want to do that. Run! It's not too late for you."
Yeah, and Little Fox just like keeps rowing
Mm-hmm.
as the current, is carrying us down.
Hold on. They might have notes on possible leads for us to to examine. We can
Yeah,
share.
have you heard of Ross and C? Yelling backwards.
And he says, Ross? I don't know anyone named Ross. No. Does he own a shop in Port Nyanzaru?
No.
Fascinating place, that. Really
If we're
lovely what
going
the
to
Chiltons are
talk, we
doing
should
with it.
stop yelling from boat to boat and like pull over.
Yes, that's what I was saying. We should all look. And he points over the shore. Over there, there's a dry bit.
Are we gonna camp with these nerds?
Yes.
I mean, isn't it just like early in the morning? Don't we still have?
No, this is night. Night is starting to fall.
Sure. Yeah,
you
let's
could
camp,
press
let's camp
on,
with these
but
nerds. Let's camp with these nerds.
Oh god. Okay.
Strength and numbers. Come on, we got this.
If it's the very end of the day, then yeah, we should totally camp with these nerds.
okay. So you pull your boats alongside and slowly make your way up to the thing, and the dwarf not even like steps over, but just rolls over the edge of the boat, falls into the mud, gags and retches a little bit, and you can hear him mumbling like, oh, praise Moradin, oh gods, and he's like on his hands and knees like like barfing in the mud.
And I think that for like once, Arcturus feels good that he's not the most like seasick person.
Yeah,
So-
and the mage, the elven mage, Amina is like patting him, and she's like, there, Grumbuck, it'll be okay. And he's just like, boats.
I don't like boats either.
So as soon as you pull the boats up, Sir Lauren starts giving orders to their hirelings. So he's like, all right, men, chop, set up camp now. You two, build a fire. You, set up the tents. And everybody starts like doing that. And Lauren, with a sweep of his cape, he turns back to you and he says, right then, well, who's the captain of your expedition? Which among
It's
you is
definitely me.
and he looks down. Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Rishi.
I also swoosh my cape
Oh,
like
yeah.
he did. Can I get a
Advantage?
bonus
Yes.
for that?
Take advantage.
Yeah.
Cape
for sure.
swishing.
Yeah.
Speaking this guy's language.
Yeah. 16.
Okay.
Why am I not seeing
Yeah,
this?
I don't see it.
Oh.
You're in another. There it is.
Oh,
There
there
it
it
is.
is.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay. So he turns and you like swish the cape, and he says, "Aha, my little friend! I should have known. You wear yourself like a mighty warrior. And wait." And he looks at you. And he says, "Is that the crest of Herschel von Saberberg you wear upon your chest?"
Why? Yes, indeed.
Of course.
It is the crest of Herschel von Saberberg. I am the great Ishi Snaggletooth, kobold duelist. And Herschel von Saberberg was finally felled in a duel with me in the back alleys of Chult, Port Nyanzaru behind the... It's not really important where it was,
I
but
killed
I
him
got
in the
the
back
cape.
alleys of America.
Yeah.
So he looks at you like there's a stern look on his face, like a sort of seriousness comes over you, and he says, "Does von Saberberg yet live?"
Oh, no, he doesn't.
And he looks up at the rainy sky, and like tears of rain streak down his face, and he says, "Then the heavens have gained themselves a mighty warrior this day, and the jungles as well, I think. Besting von Saberberg is no mean feat, certainly for one as small as you." And he puts his helmet down, and he like puts his hand on his chest and bows to you, and he says, "Clearly I am in the presence of a warrior of some repute. Tell me your name, brave creature."
I already did. My
And he-
name is Ishi Snaggletooth,
And so
kobold duelist.
he says, "Hear me, O Lathander. I am in the presence of Ishi Snaggletooth, glorious warrior. May your light shine down upon her, bright and brilliant, directly into her eyes and upon her body with light.
Please,
actually-
not the eyes.
May she
She's a
see
little
you
bit
always glowing from above, pure
There's-
and
There's-
brilliant."
There's this moment where it's like it's the light god and that's not super great for me, but Ishi is like eating it up. Like this is the kind of attention she like wants, the kind of like you're a hero, be a hero kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
and so she's like, "May she never dwell in darkness or even shadow or light that is dim of any sort. Only
May
pure light
I
from your..."
interrupt your prayer for
And
just
he- and he-
just a
he's-
brief moment?
He stops. He turns to you and he says, "Yes,
Uh,
of course.
I should introduce you to everyone else while we're here.
Yes, our companions, please."
Yes,
He turns.
yes. This is Arcturus. cleric of Istitia.
Hold on. I'm going to make a religion check for this guy.
He probably has no idea who Istitia is.
And
Yeah.
he looks at you and says, Istitia? How exotic. Is it a
Marvelous.
Chelton god?
No,
I've never seen a blue Chelton before. Where are you from, Arcturus?
The primordial plane of water. It's not of this realm.
And he looks at you. The primordial plane of... Is that near Neverwinter?
No.
No, I suppose it wouldn't be. Fascinating. And you're a cleric of this Istitia, you say. And he jokingly, like, kind of like theatrically puts his hand on his sword and he says, Istitia is not a bad god. A naughty sort of god, is it? Because
Istitia-
Lathander doesn't like gods like that very much.
Istitia doesn't really care one way or another what anyone does at all.
And he takes the hand of his sword and he says, a god of apathy. You must walk a very lonely road, Arcturus, for I hear the voice of my god in all things, his light shining in a puddle.
Allow me to continue the introductions.
Yes,
I
yes,
say,
of
like, trying to
course.
interrupt his monologue.
Yeah.
This is Malik, very powerful wizard of some kind. I'm not.
A wizard. We have one of those too. Amina, we found you another one. Come here, look. And the elf walks over and she's like, yes. And Amina's wearing these like dark
Amina's my favorite.
dark crimson robes. She's got a like a scarf of cloth of gold. And she has a bunch of like necklaces with like rune stones and stuff on them. And she's got like one of those witch's hats, like a pointy felt hat, and it's pushing down she's got long ass elf ears, right? So it's pushing her ears down. So her ears are just kind of sticking out sideways under the weight of
I
the
love
hat.
her so much.
And she comes over and she's like, I think she's wiping something off her robes and she's like, Grumbuk puked on me again. And then she looks at you, Malik, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'd shake your hand, but dwarf puke.
Don't worry. Let me get that for you.
And the whole time the two of you were talking, Lauren is like nodding, like, yes, wizard friends, yes. And
It's the worst kind of guy.
I should mention as well that as much as Dave is facepalming and thinking this is hilarious, I wrote down a god that I worship at the very beginning of this game,
Is it Lathander?
Atar,
that's
which is our Lathander. So I worship him as well.
yes. So yeah,
So I turned to
Lathander.
him,
Lathander.
and
I
I
think
pick
I think the
out
deal with Atar is that Atar is an absorbed variation of Amanatar, which is the old god of the sun. But yes, yeah, you would be aware of the connection.
Yeah, so I whip out my similar thing, and I'm just like, here is my holy symbol.
Yeah, and Lawrence looks at it, and then he says, "That'll be enough, Amina," and like pushes her away. And she's like, "Okay," and like walks away. And Lauren looks at you, and he says, "A fellow member of the faithful." He looks at it. Praise him, praise Lathander, and he like gives you a big hug and like pats you on the back, like and he's just like shouting excitedly about meeting another member of his faith.
Yeah, no, I'll give him a hug. I'm just like, whatever. Let's just go all in on this.
And of course, the very not least, of course, of our party.
And I like gesture very upwards.
Yeah.
And say,
Little Fox.
and then I don't give her like any titles or anything.
Yeah.
It's just like,
and this person.
And he looks at you and says, "Little, not from where I'm standing. You're very strong looking. And what, pray tell, Ishi, what sort of a creature is this?"
She's a furbolg.
And the little fox is like not paying attention to any of this and just like unloading the.
and she's like,
She's a furbolg, and she hits things really, really hard.
A good
she's
skill
nice.
to have in these dangerous jungles. You've surrounded yourself with stalwart companions, Ishi.
Oh yes, stalwart indeed.
He looks around at the camp, and like everyone but him is like a little waterlogged. And he says, "You have met our wizardess, mistress of the arcane, Amina Moonstar." And she's like, "That's not my last name. He just calls me that. I don't I don't know. I can't control him. I'm sorry.
Just racist. It's
yeah,
fine.
she's just like, and he says, and over there, servant to Moradin, god of the dwarves, that is Grumbuck the Grim, who is currently losing his rations into the mud. And he shakes his head and he says, Grumbuck doesn't like the boat, but it's the fastest way to travel. We've been
Neither does
arguing about it
Arcturus.
for weeks.
No, I think swimming would be faster.
And,
Well, of course you think that.
and he turns and he says, swimming? In these rivers? Well, I suppose if you weren't entirely immune to diseases like some of us were, yes, that would be dangerous. But as you can see, I'm not equipped for it. Though, back at the academy, I was quite the swimmer. On the team, you know, won some medals.
So, your name is Sir Lauren?
He nods. Yes, Sir Lauren. I belonged to a noble house once, but cast away my fortunes in service of Lathander. We've come to this jungle in search of a terrible curse. Know you of it?
Which curse?
No, not a witch. A curse.
No.
Is there more than one
he,
curse?
He was saying, what kind of curse are you in search of?
Yes, of course. Though it wouldn't surprise me if there were witches in this jungle. You know, everywhere you look where there are bad magic things happening, you always find a witch. Don't you find that? You know, you get a quest and it's about some kind of dark magic and, oh, there it is at the end. It's a witch. What a shame. Whose idea was witches anyway? I bet it was Bane. That guy's not very nice. Sorry, you were saying about the curse?
Yes,
what type of curse?
What type of curse are you chasing?
Well, you know, the cursed sort. A bad proclamation or wicked magic. Someone's been naughty. And then, now, people just have forgotten how to die correctly.
The death curse.
Right.
Yes. We also have been looking after that.
Is that so? And what have you found? Know you the source of this terrible curse?
I look at everybody like, should I say? And then I realize I'm Ishi and I just say.
Yeah, actually, we know something. There's a city, like a lost city, like 1 billion miles that way.
I say pointing in probably the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Called Omu. And there's a snake guy there or something. We got the information from a snake thing anyway. Who's being real naughty about, like you said, about this curse.
And
you know?
you hear a groan from the dwarf, and he's like, "Did you say snakes?"
Yeah.
Oh. And he like just and like turns back to like staring at the ground, trying not to throw up.
I guess I should have asked this a long time ago for myself, but is there like any like kind of healing that would keep you from feeling nauseated?
Probably not. You could maybe make, if someone had alchemy, you can make like fantasy gravel, probably.
Okay.
So he, Lauren says, so the city is the source of this death curse, this Omu.
No, not the city itself. That's just where the thing is that's
What
doing
sort
the
of a
death
thing?
curse. A person named Ras.
Yes, the dreaded Ross of which you spoke earlier.
Yeah, that one.
And he turns to Amina and he's like, Amina, mark it in the quest log. We shall find and slay this Ross and his friends. And he turns back to you, Ishi, and says, know you any more of this Ross? Is he a red wizard, perhaps?
Damn it, Adam. No, it's not okay. It's not okay for you to make these jokes. Gotta stop.
No, I think he's snake person.
You know, as well and good as it is sharing our information with fellow adventurers who wish to also save the people of this land, I do think that we may be, no offense, sending some unequipped strangers to their deaths.
But he seems so nice and
in the
adventure-y.
face of death. I am blessed by Lathander, Lord of the Sun. I fear no death, for if I die in his service, he will welcome me into his afterlife, a radiant spirit. I have nothing to fear. And look at my brave companions. And you look over and Amina is sitting there like eating a chicken leg, and she looks over and she just waves like, "Hey, what's up?" And Grumbuck has gotten up and is like queasily kind of like getting his feet, and he waves. He's like, "Hello," and he turns back to you and he says, "I know no fear, though this jungle be wide and damp. I fear not its guardians, not this Ross, nor any other such demons that stand between me and my righteous quest. We
Oh,
will
hey,
best
I noticed
this
that
curse."
you're kind of human looking.
Yes, thank you for noticing. I am.
There's a lot of bugs in the swamp. You keep going up this way. If you don't have that salve, you're probably gonna need some.
Hey, he turns back. Amina, how are the salve supplies? And Amina's like, "We have lots of salve." And he turns back and says, "Yes, salves and ointments both. We are well prepared."
Good. What about you? Have you learned anything that you could tell us?
Yeah, he says, "Why, yes, Grumbuck, come here." And Grumbuck waddles over and he's like, "Hey, hello, I'm Grumbuck. I'm a cleric. I'm not feeling so hot. They put me on this boat every day. I get a wee bit sick."
Well,
So-
I think that yes, I feel exactly the same way, and I'm also a cleric, and I don't understand boats either.
He says, I'd sooner be walking on the earth than traveling by boat, but as Shiny here says, it's an expedient method of travel. I just hope we run out of river soon. So,
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
yes, information. I do have something here. And he says, he looks at me and he's like, "Amina, where's that?" "Hey, that." And she passes him a book, and he opens it and he's flipping through it, and it's marked with like dwarven runes. And he says, "I got this off a friend, someone in Port Nyanzaru." And let me see
I
what he
read
can tell
Dwarven.
you. Let me see. He doesn't give it to you. He's reading something. He's using it as an opportunity. Let me find some information, and I'm gonna mark something on your map.
Okay.
So yeah, okay, here we go. So he says to you, "Know you of the great red dragon that flies about this place?
Oh, yes.
Aye.
I know of some of it. Yes.
Keep it together, wee kobold. The great red dragon that lives in the peaks of flame.
Ishi is trembling with excitement as this guy describes it as such.
Some time back did drive from their home some friends of mine, clanmates, a place called Hrackhammer. It lies to the south. Have you a map? Bring it to me."
I think Malik has a map.
I have a much better map than they have.
All right.
I made
So you
myself.
take out your map, and upon the map, down here in the Kobold Mountains, marketh Hrackhammer. Boop. So it's down there. So that's Hrackhammer, and he says 'twas a holdfast of my people, but now lies empty. Its treasure strewn about. And he sneers and he says, "I've been trying to convince them to go and check in on the place, see that it's still, sealed up. If he has a chance to visit Hrackhammer." And he nods. He says, "Steal nothing, or else." And he looks at you and he's like, excuse me, "I'll come after you. But now," and he looks at the map. He says, "Now you know where it is. So."
Thanks.
Guarded by the great lich Strunaboat.
Yeah, screwed about. Yeah. So he says to you, "Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna get some sleep." And he like wanders over to where the hirelings have set up the tent. And before we end, because we gotta end right at 12, so we can't keep going with this silliness. So before we end, Malik, Sir Lauren has come over to you, and he says, "Brave Malik, guardian of your people, carrier of the sun's light into this dark jungle, I have for you a gift, a symbol of our cooperation." And he reaches out and he presses into your hand a gold disc with the smiling face of the sun upon it. and he says, "This is a token of my faith to you, a sign of our work together, that no matter where you go, there he is. Call upon Lathander in your darkest hour, and you will find his blessing upon you." So with this medal, the sunlight medal you've been given, you can use it once, and it will give you like a reroll on one roll, and then it loses its magic.
All right. I bow down in, and then I go out for the praise. Join him in the praise. He's going to join me too.
Hooray. And so the two of you, for maybe like slightly longer than feels comfortable, just like stare into the sky, arms held aloft, praising Lathander. And that'll be our episode for the week. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. We got 5 minutes to do the shoutouts before we give way to the mysteriously named Craft Hags. So Craft Hags is going to take over for us and run you some cool content. So stick around for them. In the meantime, real quick, like we did at the beginning, Ishi Snaggletooth, where can people find you between episodes?
People may find me at twitch.tv/distractedelf or on Twitter @distractedelf. I do lots of streaming. You'll find me, I swear.
Excellent. And you're going to be streaming later today, yeah?
Right after this, Monster Hunter.
Awesome. All right. Below, we have Andrew as Little Fox. Little Fox, where can people find you?
You can follow me on Twitter @CommutingCrow or on twitch.tv/actualfactual.
Excellent. Next to Little Fox across the screen, Dave.
Yep, I'm Dave _the_human on Twitter and Dave _human on Twitch. Also gonna maybe do some streaming. Maybe some.
Cool. Keep an eye out for that. And then currently pinned by a grapple attack by the mighty warrior Bella, it's Blue Jay.
Hi, I'm Blue Jay. You can find me at twitch.tv/BlueJay or on Twitter @BlueJay_712. You can also find Bella in these places acting weird. And starting in February on Wednesdays, you'll be able to find me on Geek Space TV playing Stars Without Number. So yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I'm the dungeon master of this little charade. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Normally we broadcast Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific, but this week I am away for a workshop on the weekend, so we decided to do it on Monday. We'll be back a week Friday with another episode, and hopefully you will come and visit us again. You can find me on Twitter @SkinnyGhost or twitch.tv/AdamKoble, where I host all of the other stuff that I do, so I'm not going to give you the list now. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. We'll be back next time with more. Bye for now. Stick around for Craft Hags. Bye, everybody. Send your adventuring party deep into the jungles of Chult. The Roll20 module of Tomb of Annihilation includes the full contents of the original D&D book and adds immersive... Send your adventuring party deep into the jungles of Chult. The Roll20 module of Tomb of Annihilation includes the full contents of the original D&D book and adds immersive features like dynamic lighting on all battle maps, character sheets with one-click actions, copy and paste quick encounters, and other interactive features like puzzles and a player's map of Chult. Your next campaign can begin with just a few clicks. Get your copy today on the Roll20 Marketplace.